All
60 is the
right.
new
60 is the new 40. All right. So last time that we played, you guys cleared out. You finished clearing out the little underground secret hideout with the cave, with the weird cult monster that you found on there with the altar. You made your way through the forest with the head of the monster that you killed, which it's escaping me right now the name of what that monster is. Um,
Griffin.
it looks like a griffin, but it's not a griffin. I forget what it's called. But it starts with an M. I could find it if I wanted to.
Manticore.
Manticore, that's what it was. Good,
Typical.
good note taken or memory. Yes, you guys carried the Manticore head through the woods until you reach Cardindead. And when you got to Cardindead, you found that there was the environment itself looks like a lot of its life force has been drained. You found that there weren't anybody in the homes. You found a few different notes that gave you additional informations. You eventually found in one of the journals Oliver talking about how the residents believed that some of the people here were worshipping Talona, the goddess of disease and poison, whose symbol is that upside down triangle with the three teardrops in it. Um, you did learn that there was some cult-like behavior in this area, as well as some diseases, and that the land itself has been forcibly killed. And right at the end of our session, we had Kaishar, who was investigating the one of the two smaller graveyards down here, and this statue turned with its um, voidless eyes, or its black, um, endless voided eyes, to look at Kaishar. And that's where we left off. Um,
And I've been shitting my pants ever since.
and so, Kaishar, you have this statue who just turns and looks at you, and you just see this deep black void in its eyes. What do you do?
Uh, well, first I'd probably be like, guys, trying to get my friends to come over. Clearly in distress.
We're busy.
I guess first thing I would do is cast, if I remember the spell name, hold on. The one where I get to understand languages. Yep, I'm going to cast Comprehend Languages,
Okay.
just in case.
As you go to cast the spell, you feel that it doesn't take effect. Like something is stopping your magic from being expended. And
Hey, it happens to all of us.
and so, huh?
Performance issue.
You gotta get it the statue to warm you up first.
Right. So you do not expend the spell slot because it does not take effect. So it just you go to expend it and just nothing happens. And as you go to do this, you see this creature just kind of float out of the statue. Um, in this almost childlike voice, it says, "Are you here to save me?" And you see this kind of amorphous creature just kind of float down beside you. It says it in common, so you understand it.
Okay, so I asked, what is it saving from?
Um, the the monsters, they came and they took us all away. And I really just I need my I need my body to be buried, so I can go to sleep.
Where did you die?
Um, well, you see that they float quickly up into the townish area, and you can track them with your eyes, and you see that they fly into this house, but then they fly back to you. Um, and because it's not that far of a distance, it's within eye shot, and you can see your friends and Neo and Oliver. At this point, you see Kaishar kind of look, and this like ghost child just flies into this house and then flies back out of the house, and it just kind of goes here and then back. And flies over to you, says, "I I died in there, but I don't know if my body's still there. I can't find it.
What killed you?
I don't I don't remember. I think I was asleep. I don't know. I laid down and then I was this.
Are there any more of you? Ghosts?
Um, I haven't seen any in a while. Um, there there was one, but they disappeared a while ago. Um, that was my only friend and they left. I don't really I don't know. They left a while ago, I think. Maybe yesterday, maybe a year ago. I don't know. It's all kind of blurry.
If I walk away, can you travel with me?
I'm I'm trapped kind of in this town area. I've tried to leave, but I can't really leave. And you see that they fly over this way and they kind of you see that it looks like they're trying to fly out and they just kind of run into what looks like an invisible barrier and kind of bounce off. And then they try and do the same thing and they fly over here and about the same distance for the edge of town they just kind of bounce off the wall again and they try and fly up and about 100 feet in the air they just kind of bounce back down and then they fly back to you with a sad ghostly look on their face.
Okay, I want to rejoin my group and have the ghost come with me.
Okay. Yeah.
Right.
You just have
Guys, I made a friend.
you just have this giant ghost just like following you.
I just start screaming at the top of my lungs.
And the ghost like kind of you screaming scares the ghost and it disappears for a minute.
Way to be.
Well,
Oh.
I'm sorry.
I
Warn us next time.
said I made a friend.
Yeah. You know, not what I was expecting.
I'm gonna see if I can get it back. Bear back. Next time, don't scream. All right, I go back to the statue. Are you still here?
You see that this ghost kind of like you see the eyes on the statue instead of being black they kind of go red and the ghost almost like you know when a kid like has their hands on the back of the couch and they slowly lift their face up to look over the edge as if they're trying to hide but also see what's going on. It's one of those things but they kind of like their head comes out of the top of the statue and they look down at you.
Like Macaulay Culkin from Home Alone.
Yeah, just like that. They just kind of like
Except he didn't stop the burglars in that one.
Right.
Or in what I mean.
he did not.
So, sorry, my friend's easily scared. I never asked your name.
Um, what was my name?
Okay, Gandalf.
I don't remember what my name was, but you can you can call me Jimmy.
Ginny. All right, come on, Ginny. Let's go find your body.
Well, I've looked everywhere in the town, and the graveyards, but I can't find it here. I don't know. I can't go inside of these crypts for some reason. And I can't go into anybody else's. There's only one grave that I can go in, and it's this one. But there's no body in there, and I can't for some reason get in the other ones. But I don't know where it is.
Tell you what, I think we're gonna help you out. But before we do that, is there anything in the town that you think we would find helpful?
Oh, actually, yes. The doctor, he also liked to make weird drinks that I guess had effects on people. I don't really know. I I don't I wasn't allowed to drink them. But here, let me show you. And the ghost flies over to this house right here.
Okay, I'm gonna go to that house. Do you guys want to go get drugs?
Drugs? I heard drugs.
Let's get drugs.
Woohoo!
Woo!
Follow along. I was kind of in the background here. I'm listening to everything that's going on, just kind of taking it in. But I'm more inquisitive now that we have some something giving us a little bit more information as to what's happening.
All right, I want to kick this door down, but beforehand, I want to check for any traps or anything. What is that? Perception?
Investigation.
Investigation. Man, I'm bad at investigating.
It's not terrible.
Hey,
12. It's better than average. You look at the door handle and you kind of jiggle it a little bit, and you look at it. It doesn't seem like it's locked. It just seems old and kind of rusty.
cool. Open the cabin to loot the door.
Cool. Yeah.
Open the door to loot the cabin. Jesus.
You could do both. So you open the door to this little stone house, and you see that the ghost is floating, kind of on the opposite. This house isn't very big. It's equivalent to like a small one-bedroom little ranch-style house. You see that as you walk in, there's what looks to be like a little study, with a desk and a chair, and then like a little smaller couch and a bookcase on the side. Off to one side, there seems to be the equivalent of a bathroom, next to it being a kitchen with a table and 2 chairs, and then a small bed kind of over in a corner. It doesn't look like there was a lot going on in this house for this apparently being a doctor. But as you look into the kitchen, you see that there is a set of almost like a chemistry set up on the table, and you see that there are a bunch of vials there. Some of them have liquids in them. Some of them are empty. Some of the vials are cracked. Some of them just look like they've been in disuse and disarray for quite some time. But he kind of floats over to kind of past that, and behind it there seems to be a little cabinet. And you see that he flies up and down through this cabinet and goes, "In here. This is where he kept the secret stuff, I think. I can't grab it because, well, I'm a ghost, but you know, you might be able to."
Okay, I reach for the goods.
As you go to open the cabinet, there are three separate bottles in there. The first one that you see, um, it is in almost this like genie lamp shape, and it just has one word written on it, and it just says growth. And this is a potion of growth. Another one says air in a bottle. And then the third and final one that you see just says resistance dash poison.
Okay. I think I'll take the poison resistance for myself
Okay.
and offer the other two to my crew. Who thought it was worth showing up tonight?
I'll take growth.
I thought you might need it.
And the other one is
The
a
breadstick was looking
Air.
a little short.
and the other one is a potion of water breathing.
Okay.
If if you go into inventory and then click on manage inventory, you can actually type in potion of whatever it is that you just got, and you can just add that to your inventory. So you type in like Pete potion of poison resistance and then just click add. That'll add it to your inventory. And then the other two of you, if you add potion of growth and potion of water breathing,
Yep.
independently to your thing, you can drink those at any time. There is no expiration on them, and they have the effects. And then to drink these potions, if you want to drink them in combat, they, like a regular healing potion, they take one bonus action to consume. Or you can take an action and shove them in somebody else's mouth if you're in combat. Otherwise, you could just drink them whenever you want, whenever you want to drink them. So, but yeah.
Okay.
Um,
So, is there anything else of use in this house?
Not in this house,
Any
no.
rations?
Um, if you want to roll perception checks, you guys can roll perception checks and see if there's any rations or anything useful in the house. 11? Okay. It just kind of looks like a guy's house who was probably not really a doctor, but probably was a potion maker or alchemist of sorts that managed to find ways to use his skill set to be beneficial to some extent. You look around and you see that there is a couple of notes under some of the vials, which look to be not quite moldy, but they smell absolutely atrocious. So you know that these would not be good to consume. But underneath a couple of these vials, one says health with a question mark, and the other one says poison question mark, and they look the same and they smell the same. So he may have been trying to make health potions, or he may have been making poisons. You don't know. So.
Does anybody want any questions on the potion?
I want to see if I can test this real quickly. Can I do an Arcana check?
Sure. 18. So as you kind of use your mechanical magic mind and kind of pull out some of your tools and kind of mess around with this stuff a little bit,
Essentially doing a qualitative analysis on the chemicals.
yes, you kind of pour as you're like pouring the poison one has a question mark on your warforged body. It starts to burn and hiss a little bit. It doesn't do any damage to you, but you realize this one actually is very acidic, and it's likely that this is a poison of some sort. But since it is only lightly acidic for a very quick amount of time, it doesn't seem to have the potency to really have any true effect. So either it was good and it has gone bad, or he had not completed it. And as you run an analysis on the potion, the one that says potion with a question mark, it does have healing properties to it, but it looks like whatever he needed to complete it was never added, so it has gone bad. So.
Well, this guy sucks.
It may have been interrupted. You don't know.
All right. Well,
It's possible.
my new Casper friend wants us to go find her body so we can bury her appropriately. She has no idea what killed her. She thinks she was asleep when she died, but she seems like a sad little girl. You guys want to help?
I saw her float into the house down the way. Was that significant?
Yeah, she says that that's where she was killed, but she cannot find her body. She thinks it might be in one of these crypts because she can't get to them. But she's right here. You could ask her any questions you'd like. Her
Sure.
actual name is,
Her actual name is Jimmy.
but I like to call her Nearly Headless Nick.
Okay.
Her head is completely attached. um, she looks over at you as you kind of talk about her a little bit, and just kind of looks at you inquisitively, Neo.
I winked at her.
She kind of, you see her face get a little blushy.
So are we gonna help her out?
I got better things to do. Psych! What else am I doing? Let's go.
Yeah, I mean, I've had many. Well, okay. I've always wanted to interact with the non-living, and given that this is the chance to do so, I'm all for it. It's wonderful to be actually interacting with a ghost. So
A ghost that's not trying to kill you is always nice.
All right. So Jenny,
well,
we're gonna.
in my other reality where I come from, ghosts can't really interact with living beings. They can only manipulate matter in a certain way, and it scares a lot of people. But I've always thought it's been really cool. But let's continue.
So Jenny, we're gonna help you, but under condition that you stand guard wherever you hit your barrier
I can
and
do.
warn us of anything coming behind.
I can do that. I can scream real loud. You want to see?
Yes.
Before you have the opportunity to cover your ears, she lets out this horrific wail that chills you to your bones.
I start screaming again.
And then she screams louder than you scream, just to kind of, because you were almost louder than her, then she like triples her, like the intensity of her wail. Almost
Makes
stuns you
sense.
into silence.
Okay, let's not let's avoid doing that in the future. Wonderful that you can make that sound. Great sound, wonderful sound. Let's try and avoid it
She.
because even my mechanical parts hurt on that one.
Well, that's the noise I'll make if there's any danger.
Okay, if there's danger, yes, that is a wonderful sound to make. Just yes.
Okay.
Oh God, I'm still getting over that. Whew. All right, let's go back to the house where you said that your body was,
Okay. And it is right
because
here.
I don't know if we've been in this house before, and I wanted to investigate.
You guys investigated this one and a couple of the other ones, but not every single house. So.
All right, checking the door. That's
Okay.
intimidation. My bad.
You intimidate the door open. Um,
Yeah, the door is very scared of me.
it might be after that ghostly wail. Um,
Yeah.
you do not find any traps. The door is not locked. As you push it open, you see that.
I want to kick it down.
And you can kick it down.
All right, I'm gonna kick it down.
Roll a straight strength check. You kick the door and it opens, but you definitely are gonna feel that in your knee and your hip tomorrow.
How many?
As you walk in, you see this to be a bigger house than the one you were just in. It looks bigger on the inside than the outside. You're welcome for 2 Doctor Who references in one game so far. Um, but you walk in and you see that there are multiple rooms in here. There's an open seating area where there's a couple different chairs and a bench. There is a small kind of kitchenette thing. You see there are some pictures hanging on the wall, and there are a few other rooms with doors closed, of which, looking through them, you see that there are 3 bedrooms. One of the bedrooms has one larger bed, and then the other 2 rooms, one has a single bed, and the other one has like bunk beds. And then there is a smaller bathroom with a bathtub in there. There doesn't seem to be any source of like running water, but you do see that where if you like lift up the toilet and look through the windows and stuff, that there is basically a bucket under the toilet that they go in, and then on the outside of the opening, which is the bathroom window, there's almost like a pulley system that goes for a bucket down into what looks like a well on the outside of the house that you assume they use to either fill their tub, wash themselves, or if they go outside, they can use that for water for their daily needs.
Fancy.
Very rudimentary.
Well,
So you said that there was a room with bunk beds.
Yep.
Now, Jimmy, does this room look familiar to you?
Oh, yes, this was me and my sister's bedroom.
Ah, so you have a sister.
Yes, and a brother.
Oh, and a brother. Big family.
You don't have ghost versions of them, right?
Hmm?
Are they ghosts with you?
No, I haven't seen them since I went to sleep, I think.
A long, okay.
Yeah, I don't know how long it's been.
Okay.
How long it's been.
what year do you think it is, Jimmy?
I don't know. They kind of look at them for a minute and they look flustered, like they're trying really hard to remember, but they don't seem to. It's like it's right there, but they can't quite pull the information of what year it might be. It's almost like for them, time is kind of it's out of place. Like they think it could be a day or it could be a century. They don't have a grasp or a good concept of what time is right now.
And there's no sign of struggle in the house.
There are a so what you see just by doing a quick look is that there is a couple things knocked over, but nothing that looks like it was a huge struggle. You see that one of the chairs is kind of on its side and it's gathering some cobwebs, and you see that there are a single pot and a single pan on the stove, which seem to have remnants of food, maybe, in it. You're not quite sure. But if anybody wants to roll an investigation check, you can definitely look further. Nice. 22, 16.
Oops.
Nice. No, you're good. So with that 22 and 16, the pictures which are on the walls, as you go up and look at them, you see that they're covered in dust and cobwebs. And as you brush your fingers across them, it's a solid half an inch thick. Um, the chairs, the one that is knocked over and the ones that aren't knocked over, you see that around the feet of where they're sitting on the ground, um, there's a lot of dirt and dust. And as you move them, you see that that dust and dirt itself is a couple inches thick. It's like these have not been moved in a very long time.
Okay.
Okay.
No activity. No activity in this house for quite some time.
Mm-hmm.
But I am curious now, and just for clarification,
Mm-hmm.
is it what's the ghost's name again?
They called themselves Jimmy,
Jimmy.
but
Okay.
they couldn't seem to. They called themselves Jimmy, but Kaishar knows that they couldn't seem to recall what their name was, but they just decided in the moment on Jimmy as their name. It might not
Okay.
be that, but that is what they currently go by.
Okay.
The ghost formerly known as Jimmy.
Now, Jimmy, if this was your house, is there anything that's familiar to you? Because I'm curious. It doesn't look like people have been here for a very, very long time, but I'm curious. Is there anything that reminds you of anything? This is your home, by the way.
Yeah. And they look around with it being their home and whatnot, and they're kind of floating through the different rooms, looking around, seeing the place. I mean, to them it looks in great condition, but you all know that it's not. And they fly into or they float into the room with the larger bed, and they are gone for probably 5 minutes, just kind of in that room. Do you want to follow them in there, or do you want to wait for them to come out?
Follow it.
I'm gonna slowly follow.
Okay.
I'm curious.
I'm just gonna walk in because we're old friends now.
As you walk in, you see that they are kind of sitting on the bed, the larger bed, and kind of looking at a dresser. And they're kind of looking at it inquisitively. And on top of this dresser, when you look more directly in their line of sight, you see that there is a small jewelry box. It's like everything else in this house, covered in cobwebs and dust, and they just kind of look at it silently, just like they're staring off, like it's almost like it's jarring a memory, but they can't quite. They haven't been able to verbalize whatever it is that they're seeing.
I want to ask Jimmy if it's okay if I open the jewelry box.
You see Jimmy's head nod slightly up and down as they don't break eye contact with the box. And if
Okay,
you,
so
as you like move it and kind of like move it out of their direct line of sight, you see that they kind of like elongate their ghostly form to kind of keep eyes on the box itself in any way that you maneuver it.
I'm gonna make sure to pick it up so that Jenny can see the box
Mm-hmm.
and clean. I want to clean off the layer of dust first before even opening it.
Okay.
Is there any response? Any reaction?
From them, their eyes just get a little bit bigger as they're starting to see the actual aesthetic of this jewelry box. It's almost this like ornate bronze kind of box with some inlaid greens and purples. It doesn't look like it's a very expensive box. It looks like it's been well made and like somebody made it specifically for whatever its purpose is, and that it's made to look nicer, but it doesn't look like it has a high monetary value. It looks like it's just something that was made to preserve whatever may or may not be in it, but it's something that is more of Something made specifically for whoever wanted this box, not for any kind of monetary value, just for a keepsake.
Okay, I move closer to the bed. I sit on the bed next to Ginny and open the box.
Inside the box, there is a single key. This small key um, fits in the palm of your hand, and as you look at it, there is a it's it's the length of a old standard like Victorian house key, with three um, three teeth at the end of it. The key itself is almost of a darker gray, with some green inlays around it. Nothing super fancy, just kind of giving it a little bit of coloration. And you see on the inside of the lid of the box, it says it says the last name of the family, or at least what you assume to be the last name of the family, which is Thorabash. Which is
I say the name out loud to Ginny.
um, as you say Thorabash out loud, Jimmy's eyes kind of snap to you, and they almost look angry for a second, and then they go back to normal. Almost like there may have been a memory, but it faded.
Can I search the box for any hidden compartments?
Yep, you can do that. Roll an investigation check.
I'm gonna give the box over to my friend here.
So you did also see, while you did not find any secret compartments, you did see that where it says Thorabash, as you finish reading underneath that, it says Thorabash. Then there's a solid line underneath that, kind of separating it from the next sentence. It says, "Key to the final resting place." Um, and then as you hand the box over to whoever it is that you're handing it to, can make a investigation check if anybody else wishes to.
I'll dip my pen in that ink.
Okay.
Said investigation.
Yes,
Yep.
sir. 9. Okay. 9 and a 14. So, you kind of mess around with it a little bit in between the two of you as you're kind of feeling around, feeling the edges, kind of trying to figure out anything peculiar about this box. As you go across the bottom, you feel a little button, and as you press it, you hear a click, and you see a little piece of the bottom of it kind of dehinges just a little bit, almost like a drawer popped open, but only enough that it's like an eighth of an inch, so you can barely see it. And as you open it, you see that inside this compartment there are 5 platinum coins. So,
Okay.
and a note that says 1 for each member of the family.
How many sisters did you say you had, Jenny?
3.
I had 1 sister, I think, and 1 brother. And then our parents.
That math works out.
So a coin for each member of the family, and then a key to what I'm to the final resting place. So this could be a key to the crypt.
Yeah, Jenny, does this key look familiar?
I think, I don't know. I think I've seen it one time before, maybe. I know that my parents used it they when they took my brother, I think, when he got sick, to I they said it was where he was going to go to get some rest. But then I don't remember what happened after that.
Okay.
But
So-
I think I remember where that was. Maybe.
Can you show us where your brother's been resting for us?
Okay. Yeah, I can do that.
There we go. Well, that would be very helpful.
Do you see that Jimmy kind of becomes more incorporeal as they start to float up again and become more ghost-like, rather than they've been, as they were kind of sitting on this bed, they kind of took a more not corporeal enough where you could touch them, your body would still go through theirs, but they almost look more childlike in that they have taken on the shape of their what they imagine to be their humanoid self, but in like a ghostly form. So now they've kind of gone back to looking more like what you see on the map. And they start to slowly float out of the room into the main area and then out the door and kind of float down this way. And you see that for a second, as you guys walk out, that they're flying between this place and kind of looking here and then kind of shaking their head and looking frustrated for a second, and then they come here and they kind of stop. And then they point down and go, I think it's here. I think this is it. I think.
I'm gonna pocket 2 of those coins. I think we should each take 1, at least. And then I think we could go down the crypt.
Okay. Yeah, Golos sticks out his hand and takes one and puts it in his pocket from you. The way that I'm going to play Golos today, just because I don't want to ruin the RP for him in any way, is that if there's anything in particular that you want Golos to do, I can make checks using Golos's stats because I have his character sheet. And if there is anything that he has proficiency in, he can give you, he can basically help, he can give you advantage on pretty much any check, and especially if he has proficiency on it and he's better at it than you are, you can choose to have him. I can make that roll from his stat
So
sheet.
he's an NPC that you'll control for us.
Yep, I'll use him in combat for you guys, for healing, for attacks, for stuff like that. If there's anything in particular you want him to do, just ask me and it's more than likely that he'll be able to do it. So
Cool.
just if if there's what I won't do is give you any information from his backstory that has not been revealed, because that's not my place to do that. So, but yeah, so he is with you guys as well. So he takes one of those coins. He's just been he's been looking at this ghost and just kind of keeping an eye out, not really like freaking out by it. You do know from his rambling sometimes that he does worship a god of death, so seeing ghosts isn't necessarily something that would freak him out. It's more one of those things of the dead should probably just stay dead, but at the same time, he's not going to be disrespectful enough to try and enforce that upon this ghost child. So.
Okay. Is the crypt locked?
This crypt, as you go to it, you see that Jimmy tries to fly through the door, but as he tries to fly through it, kind of like what you've seen happen before, he kind of bounces back. And it's almost like when he hits it, since you're closer to it this time, you can see that it's almost like when a puddle falls into a pond and you see the ripples that it creates. When he flies into it, he just kind of bounces off, and you see like rippling just around the house itself. But as you go to reach for the door, nothing seems to be blocking you from this crypt. The crypt itself does seem locked, yes.
Well, I guess this is as far as you go with us.
Wait, let me see. I saw that. It's there's some type of barrier,
Hmm.
and I'm gonna see if that's deliberate. I'm gonna cast detect magic.
Okay. You do see a magic spell there. I have to remember what the name of this spell is. I think I know what it is, but give me 1 second. Because I'm pretty sure, I'm almost 100% sure it is an abjuration spell, and I'm pretty sure it's like a 4th or 5th level abjuration spell that I can't remember the name of right now. That's not it. Oh, it's something. I can't remember what it's called, but I know that paladins get it. I'll just do this. But yes, you do detect magic around this, and you detect that there is a magical barrier that is keeping what you imagine to be ghosts from entering.
Organic matter can pass through this barrier,
Mhm.
but non-living, I non-living entities can't pass through the barrier for some reason.
You know, here is what I'm looking for. So, I was right. It is an abjuration spell. As you detect magic, you see that there is a magical circle in a 10-foot radius um, around this building that goes 20 foot tall, and it seems to be keeping out undead from your side to go in. It seems that whatever is on the opposite direction cannot pass through it. It's an abjuration spell, and it keeps this particular casting of the spell is keeping undead from passing into the door. So, but doesn't seem to have any effect on you or your party members. Your defender walks up to it and just kind of starts sniffing at it. Nothing happens. So it just particularly seems to be keeping out Jimmy.
Yep. Okay, guys. Well, I say let's go into the crypt and see what's causing this. It looks like it's a barrier that's keeping away this. I'm gonna call you a ghost. It seems kind of direct, kind of general, but all right, we're gonna go into this crypt, and if anything happens, you know what to do, right, Jimmy?
Scream real loud. I
You
got
got
it. Okay. As you insert the key into the keyhole of the door and you turn it, it takes a minute to turn this key. It's a pretty old, rusted, not in good shape lock. But as you finally turn it and you go to push the door, you feel a breeze and dust just kind of fly out, and you get this stench of death, which is not surprising since it is a crypt that you are opening. And as you push it open, um, you see that there is instead of an open crypt like you would expect, where there would be coffins and places which to bury people, you see there is but a single spiral staircase heading downstairs, or heading down.
I guess we're going downstairs.
Ah, the old tunnel looking like a crypt routine.
It can be both.
That's true.
You guys heading down the stairs?
I'm going downstairs.
Okay. As you guys make your way down the tunnel, down the steps, you find yourself in what looks to be a tunnel. And you get the smell of death grows stronger the further down that you go. And eventually, after walking for what feels like a couple 100 feet, you reach the bottom to what you see right now as far as the tunnel is concerned. Just tunnel.
Hey, Golos, you want to cast that floating magical orb of light you always have?
Yes, they can certainly do that. Do. Let me double check on Drift Globe because I forget what the range of Drift Globe is. It is. I think it's just right. It's just light, which is 2020. So actually, I know it's 2020. We're gonna go bright, low, 20 and 20 save. Does that give you guys light? Did it work?
A little bit, yeah.
Cool. Yeah. Well, let's see. Yeah, so it can be moved. You should all be able to move it here in 1 second. I'm gonna edit it so you should be able to. Me, all players. See if you guys can move that now. See if you can grab the blue thing and move it around.
I can.
Can you not?
Nope.
Alright, cool. I will put a new copy of it on there because it should. Can you move it now?
No.
Really? That's unfortunate. Alright, whatever. I'll move it. It's no biggie. Just
Yeah, can you put it? Like, how far can we put it?
it can basically stay 30 feet from Golos at any given time, which is
Oh, cool.
so basically from where Golos is, it can be 6 squares away. So if Golos is here, you can actually just use the measuring tool, and it can go up there. I'll just keep it at 30. I'll just keep it at I'll just keep it at 30 feet from Golos pretty much all the time. So you see light going out as far as that. In which order do you wish to go down this, or you just want to keep walking in whatever way you see? You guys can walk however you want to walk down here. So.
What did you do to my cupcake?
This is yours. Where is your cupcake? On my chair.
Because it's very special to me.
Someone's back there having a good time. Something's very special to someone. What'd you do?
Oh.
Are you watching TV?
Oh,
Whoever's, I can hear all your background stuff.
right. Hold on.
Where are you moving to, Oliver? Are you staying back there, or are you moving somewhere ahead with the rest of the folks?
I'm gonna move. With the rest of them.
Okay, cool. So as you guys get up here, you hear this groaning sound from this direction. Up this way. Because you probably see them at this point. Well, some of you might see them. Nope. Not yet, but you hear a groaning sound coming from this way.
Alright. Slowly, me and my defender are gonna slowly walk
Oh.
this way.
Okay, he's gonna
See
move.
something.
He's gonna move the drift globe up there, just so you have a little bit more light. Actually, I'll move the drift globe right here for you. And you just see this, this animated corpse just kind of standing there, slowly shambling around, looking like they're lost. What do you do, Neo?
Hello?
You just, it looks up at you, and you just hear it go, whoa, and it starts to like slowly shamble towards you.
Okay. You obviously didn't. Okay. I don't think that thing's alive. Okay, guys. What the hell? I'm gonna try and just size this thing up real quickly.
Okay.
Where's
You-
my?
You see another one kind of. Well, you hear a second grumbling, just close to it too. You see this as to be a reanimated body of sorts. You've heard of necromancers reanimating corpses for their own purposes, but you've never yourself run into one. But you have a very strong sense that this is likely a zombie.
Okay. All right. Well,
But you also know that they're not necessarily the fastest things in the world. They're slower than the average humanoid, but they're pretty hardy in a way. What do you guys want to do?
okay, guys. Yeah, this. I don't know how much you guys have had any history with zombies or things coming back from life, but that thing is dead and should not be doing what it's doing right now.
Okay, so I will say this. You guys will each have one action to tell me what it is you want to do. If you want to attack it, if you want to run away, if you want to do whatever else. It doesn't seem to respond to language based on the fact that Neo tried speaking to it. So we'll just go down the line. Neo, what are you doing?
I'm backing away. I'm not.
Okay. Keshar, what are you doing?
Same thing. No engagement. Backing off.
Okay. Oliver, what are you doing?
I'll go forward.
Okay. Move yourself to wherever you want to be. You should be able to. Yeah, there you go. Do you want to attack it, or do you just want to move closer?
Is that a fucking Espeon?
That is his SP. That is his. So, Artificers gets his specific one gets a battle pet to come with him, and he made it an Espeon.
Gotcha.
So it's
I was
basic.
like, oh,
It's basically.
God damn it, I'm not-
It's
Not ready to
basically.
fight an Espeon.
No, it's basically a steel dog, but that one is on your side.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, that's
I
good.
think you should have chosen K9. One of my objections.
I renamed him.
K9 Defender.
or Wally or Short Circuit.
There you go. You're stepping forward. Is there anything in particular you want to do to this reanimated body?
Can my regular weapons put these things down?
You don't know. You've never attacked one. You can certainly attack it if you want to.
Am I gonna get what is that, rot or whatever if it touches me?
I will tell you that normal zombies do not have that. There
Okay.
are some undead that have specific necrotic effects, but
Sure.
ye old standard zombie does not.
Well then I'm gonna move up and I'm gonna,
Okay.
when you hear your family, these motherfuckers.
All right. So what we'll do is I'll have you take your first attack. I'll have you take your attack, and then we'll just go into initiative, since we're fighting a zombie. I like it.
Olive Guardsman with the executive decision.
All right. Well,
Oh,
that's gonna
jeez.
hit for you. Attack two-handed, right? If I recall.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah.
Yep. So you got 11 damage. That seems to you cut half of its body off. Or you cut one of its arms off. So go ahead and click your token and then roll initiative in your D&D Beyond, and it will automatically add you to the turn order.
Click my token, roll initiative, you said?
Yep. So as long as your token is clicked when you there you go. Look at that. That's what I've been trying to get you guys to do for a couple sessions now. See? Automatically puts you in your thing. Let's see. Did this do what I wanted it to do? Groovy.
I did this wrong. So you click your token first.
Oh, did it not play what I wanted it to play? Yeah.
Wait,
Oh.
so you click your token on roll 20 and then you click initiative?
Yes. There we go. But yeah, if you click your token first and then click on your initiative, it will automatically roll and put you into the initiative order, and then I just, bam, reorganize them into the right order. So, it's Golos' turn. Let me actually see what Golos can see, because he knows now that he can't actually see what you're fighting, so he's going to move to here. So he can see. And then seeing the thing that you just took a giant swing at, he is just going to go ahead and he's gonna cast Toll the Dead on this zombie. Yes, it's missing. So it's got to make a wisdom save of 7. It fails, so it takes 5 necrotic damage. Alright, and then it is zombie's turn. The zombie that you were hitting. So this zombie is just gonna take one swing at you, Oliver.
Bring it.
21 to hit
Oh.
for 6 bludgeoning damage.
Ooh.
Okay.
And basically, just like the one good arm it has left, it just like, as zombies do, it kind of just leans back and just like throws it and just like whips you with the back of its hand, just up the side of your face.
My head flies back, but I don't actually like roll back. I just look back forward as my lip bleeds out of the corner, and I spit some blood out of my mouth, and I'm like, oh rat.
Alright, Neo, it is your turn. Oh, I'm gonna have him step 5 feet this way too, just so he's a little out the way.
Okay. So, seeing that altercation with Oliver, walk up and attack with my. What do I do? Yeah, my longsword.
Okay, cool.
Because they don't seem to.
Okay, so 14 will hit for. You have a shield out too, right?
Yes.
Okay, so you take it. So with 6, the zombie falls, but let me roll this other thing for zombies to see what happens. So this zombie, as you cut into it, it stays down. And you cannot end in the same space as a teammate, so either step 1 square ahead, or 2 squares ahead, or 1 step back, whatever you would prefer. There you go.
Going ahead.
Alright, cool. Oliver.
I'm starting. Let's go.
It is your turn, Oliver, and you hear that there is another. You can actually see from what Neo tells you there is another zombie, quite literally right there.
Yeah.
Okay.
So here's what I'll do. I'll just move you here so you could effectively see what he sees, because these are pretty narrow things. So
Well, yeah, you know, I'm just gonna attack that fucker.
Go for it.
And do I hit the slashing damage one?
No. So basically, when you're rolling, all you have to click on is if you click on the weapon, you can click on the +2, the hit DC, or if you click on the weapon, it'll pop up a little thing at the side that says beyond 20, the red button, and you can click on it. Otherwise, it'll just
got that
roll the thing.
1d8 +4 now.
Oh, yeah, so you want the... Let me double check. Yeah, bottom lesser dead stick. Yeah, that's the right damage.
Yep.
So you're doing more damage to it than you were before, which is nice.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay.
You hit it for a solid little bit of damage. Do you want to stay there, or do you want to move?
Zombies are slow. I'll back off. I'll back off and I'll keep like darting back in and out.
Okay, cool. So it's gonna move right there. Oh, you're right there, and it's gonna just stand up, and since you hit it, it's just gonna try and hit you back because it's not a smart thing. It's a zombie. One attack. 14 to hit. I think
I don't
misses.
think the 14 does. Yeah, I think.
Yep. Cool. So it misses. And Kaishar, it is your turn. You hear fighting coming from this direction. And yeah, that's what you got.
I'm gonna bust out my wand of conducting.
You what?
My wand of conducting.
Oh, okay.
And they seem to have the fight handled. I feel no need to join in, but I feel like it would be epic to have some boom music.
Okay.
So I'm gonna simply start a full orchestra backing up their fight.
Okay, that sounds good. All right. Golos is gonna step up here where you guys are. And he, knowing that they're undead, he's going to... Actually, I'm gonna roll an intelligence check for him just to see if he's smart enough to realize this. Let's see. 14, yeah. He's heard that sometimes radiant damage is better for undead stuff than his normal necrotic, so let's try it. And it's gonna make a dex save. It rolled a 9, it failed, so it takes 2 damage. Doesn't do a lot of damage, but you see Neo and Oliver, this pillar of just magical flame just appear from above, pretty much out of nowhere, and lands on the zombie's head. And Golos is gonna just walk back this way towards your canine defender. Neo, you're getting this ping from your defender that there is another enemy to its north and your west.
Alright, so can I... That's not a... There's not... Oh yeah, there's a path behind me.
Yeah, there's a tunnel path right here, right beside
Okay.
you. You can squeeze through that.
Alright, so I'm gonna squeeze through here.
Okay, I might have to squeeze you through. There you go, and you see there is another one. Who? Let me roll initiative for this bad boy. since
Another friend.
13.6. Cool. So actually, he's just gonna go right after you.
Alrighty then.
But you see him. That was 10 feet of your movement basically to get
Oh.
there. So,
Not dead.
actually, an 8 will just hit.
Okay.
They don't have a high armor class. They are just meat
Makes sense.
sacks. Anything you want to do with your bonus action?
And then I'm gonna have my steel defender. Yeah, steel defender attack.
Yep, you can do it with bonus action. Go ahead and roll your steel defender attack.
Because he was the one who alerted me. He's kind of by my side going after this guy.
You see Kaishar, after hearing the steel defender kind of start barking a little bit, in like this mechanical, almost weird, like a fuzzy kind of recording kind of bark, like a pre-recorded bark almost, kind of just take off running. So you're gonna attack with that. Go for it. An 8 will hit him, just. So, okay. It is the zombie's turn, and it's going to attack the thing that just attacked it, which is your dog. Does a 10 hit?
Did 10 hit my steel defense?
I don't think
What's
it
the
does. I
best
think it
defender's
misses.
AC?
I think it's 15.
Armor 15. Yeah.
Yep,
So it doesn't
cool.
hit.
So the zombie is just going to slough forward a little bit. And Oliver, it's your turn.
Let's move back in and finish this guy off.
Okay. Do it. That 100% hits. For 9 damage. Cool. This zombie is still standing.
Ow.
Well, the first hit that you hit him with didn't do a whole bunch. I mean, they have a decent amount of hit points. They just have an 8 for an armor class. So they're really easy to hit.
The punching bag.
Basically, yeah. Okay, it's the zombie's turn that you just hit, and it's gonna try and hit you back. 17 to hit. I think 17's your armor class, right?
17 is my armor, yeah.
All right, so you take 7 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
So, do you want to update your HP on your token as well? That way, I can keep a accurate track of how people are looking in combat. So you've taken. So you've taken what?
6 and
You've
7.
taken 14, I think, right? Damage so far.
13. I took 6 the first time and then 7 this time.
That's right. Cool. So if you click on your token and then you click on the actual 46, you can just do minus the number, and it will just subtract it from you. And same with healing it, you can just do plus, and it will do it there. You can also,
nice.
yeah, you can track it in your D&D Beyond sheet too if you want to, for HP. But since you're only ever really gonna lose HP in combat and stuff, it's easier for you just to visually see it. And everyone else should be able to see your guys' HP unless I just jack that up. Oh, I totally messed that up. Oh, you should be able to. Here we go. Now you're going to be able to see each other's stuff once I actually fix the tokens. You should be able to see each other's names now too once I fix this. Bam, bam. Can you see each other's?
I can't really see too many people.
Yeah.
I can.
Well, when you can see each other, you should be able to see each other's names. Kaishar, it is your turn.
I'm going to move forward to about here, where I can see both of my teammates.
Okay.
And I will cast Eldritch Blast at the zombie fighting Oliver Garton. But I'm aiming specifically for his head.
Okay. You're aiming for the zombie's face. I like it. That 100% hits.
Oh!
Roll me some damage.
How do I do that?
You just click on the pink Eldritch Blast that right there, and then we'll just roll the damage for you. Yep.
Okay, cool. Alright.
No, you
Lame.
So it's actually not a bad thing. So you did 5 damage. So I have to roll a Constitution saving throw to see if the zombie stays dead. So you blast this zombie, and you hit it in the face, and it falls to the ground. And Oliver, as you turn to run away from this, what you think is a dead zombie, it rises back from the ground, half of its face just missing and drooping off and just seeping, almost this pustulous kind of goop, and it stands back up at you. So,
Gross.
anything else you want to do on your turn?
Me?
Kaishar.
I can only do movement now, right?
Unless you have a bonus action, yes.
Well, assuming that I killed the zombie, but wrong, I'm just gonna move towards my dude with his dog friend to see if I can help.
Okay, cool. So you move wherever you want to move.
Holy shit, there's so much more happening.
There's more stuff up there. So Golos is gonna move in here and just try and do what he did the last time. And he's going to try and see if he can be effective with Sacred Flame. Let's see if he makes a dex save. The zombie rolled a natural 20 on a dex save, so he doesn't take any damage because he passed. If you see, yeah, the greens are natural 20s and the reds are natural 1s. But that's Golos' turn. He's just going to hang out there and make sure that if Oliver needs healing, he recovers him. Neo.
All right. take another slice and dice at the zombie
Okay.
because it doesn't look like need to warm up the fire cannon. But boom.
Do you use a shield, or do you attack two-handed?
One hand.
Okay. So you do 6 damage to the zombie.
Yes.
All right. And you want your dog to attack?
And then we're gonna get K9 to follow it up. Go for the legs.
Okay. 19 hits for 10 damage. Let me see if it makes the Constitution save to stay up. It does. You see this zombie falls to the ground and stands back up. It like crawls back up with one leg as its ankle now seems to be broken, and it's just standing there on like a dislocated, completely fractured ankle, basically on the bottom of a shin on one side, and it's just leaning on that side. So it's gonna try and take a swipe at you, Neo.
Okay.
18 to hit.
No.
Awesome. Remember,
Awesome.
you also have that ability from your dog. So, that if anything ever does hit you, or anything around your dog, it has the reaction that can force a disadvantage for one attack. But it only gets one reaction per round. So, there's that. It's just gonna stay there and just like drooping like saliva and stuff all over K9. Oliver, the zombie you saw fall down to the ground and then stood right back up again.
Okay. Can I aim for its head this time?
You can. You can try and take its head off.
It's mushy face.
That unfortunately misses with a natural 1. So you go to swing at its head, but at the angle that you go to swing, that portion of his face seems to be missing from an eldritch blast that came over your shoulder, and you just you hit air. So
A swing and a miss.
showing and a miss. Anything else you want to do on your turn?
I'll back up.
Okay.
Oh wait. No, doesn't that give him attack advantage or something?
It gives him an attack of opportunity. Yes.
Yeah. Fuck that. No, I'll just stay here. Take
Okay.
whatever the dumbass does.
All right. He's gonna try and swipe at you since you just tried to take his face off. That's a 20 to hit for 6 more damage. So
Okay.
this zombie's actually doing decent work. So zombies are some of my favorite because they're not hard to kill, but when they don't die, they keep coming back.
Very annoying.
Kaishar, it is your turn.
Okay, I'm going to. Can I see this zombie? Yeah, I can see it.
You can barely see the zombie. Yeah.
So can I see his head?
You can see enough of him where you could hit him. You can't necessarily make out the details of his face, but you can see enough to hit him.
All right, I'm going to go for my Eldritch Blast again.
I like it. That hits. Roll damage. 4. Okay. It has to roll a 9 on its Constitution saving throw, or it dies. It just
damn
you
it.
hit it, and it just hits it in the shoulder, and it just kind of shakes it off and just stands there.
Okay. For my bonus action, I'm going to cast Misty Step
Okay.
and teleport behind this zombie.
It's what, 60 feet behind him? Cool. Nice. I like it. So you Misty Step. Neo, you see this Eldritch Blast come from behind you, square around and hit the zombie in the shoulder, and then all of a sudden, Kaishara just appears out of what looks to just be the mist behind the zombie that you and your dog are attacking. Golos, seeing that you are taking some damage, Oliver, is going to step up to you, and they're going to go ahead and cast. Where is it? Does he not have it? Wait a minute, hold on. I forgot I can prepare spells for him for the day. Let's see what he's got, because I don't remember. Because we're going to take away a spell that's not
He
going
had
to be
one
helpful.
healing spell
Yeah, he.
that he forgot about for the first 3 days.
Well, he has multiple healing spells. He just never prepares them. So he's going to cast Cure Wounds on you at first level. So you get this many hit points back. Oliver. You get 6 healing points back, which is not the best. The maximum he can do is 12 on that one. He just didn't roll good. And
Like he's not even trying.
that is his action to do that. He doesn't have any bonus actions that he can use right now. So he is then going to, just so if you need an ability to run past him, he's going to step back here and out of the way. And that is his turn. Neo, you are now flanking with Kaishar because of the angle at which he propelled himself. So you have advantage on this attack.
Ooh, right. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and try and kill this thing with fire.
Okay. Are you casting firebolts? Okay.
Yep.
So we'll give it to you because it's a crit, and I don't want to take a crit away from this one. But technically, since you're in melee range, a firebolt would be a disadvantage. But I like the fact that you just got a crit from there, so I'm gonna let you keep it
Oh, okay.
because I like it. And zombies instantly die if you take them out with a crit. So,
Oh.
yep, they cannot regain. They cannot be fortuitous when they do that. So, you have taken out that zombie. You still have your movement and your bonus action.
All right. So I'm assuming that I can still hear the fighting that Oliver Garthman's doing. So I'm gonna go ahead and head that way.
You can send your dog that way too if you want ahead of you.
Yeah, Canine can go first.
Okay, cool. I will move K9 over there. And do you want K9 to attack?
Yes.
Okay, let's do
That's
that.
beyond.
Let's do,
Beyond.
let's do that. There you go. All right, so roll your attack with Espeon.
Boy.
Oh, 6 unfortunately does not hit.
God. Game Canine.
Oliver,
God.
it is your turn.
I have to recalibrate when this is over.
It is your turn, Oliver.
Well, I'm gonna chop that fucker up.
I like it. Go for it.
Dude, just a quick aside. Did anybody watch me almost wipe out in my chair?
No,
I
yeah,
have
I
I have your
totally-
I have your video
No.
turned off, so I don't
You,
know.
well, my video's on, and I was just sitting here like this, and then just clunk and went straight back. And thank God I've been working out this year, because otherwise I would have taken down my entire setup. I just like planked it and like came back up
That's
into one
funny.
of these fucking zombies.
Yeah,
That's
yes, I did see that. You were at quite an angle.
Aha! Not today. All right.
All right. 23. So
Thanks.
go ahead and roll damage. All right. So it has to roll a 14 or higher to stay up. It rolled a natural 1. So as you two-hand the bottom lesser dead stick and slice it, the head just you separate the head from the body.
When you're here, your family.
There we go.
And do you wish to move anywhere?
There's more of these fuckers?
Not that you can see right now.
Can I hear anyone calling for me?
You cannot hear anyone as of right this second, just because you finished cleaving that one. But there is no more in this little area where you are.
How
Kaish,
much?
what's your passive perception, actually? I can just tell you if you hear them. What is your passive perception, Oliver? It's probably like 13 or 14. Let's see.
Yeah.
Oh,
What did
it's
it say?
11.
Passive-
It's not very good. You don't hear anything right now. You're more distracted by the fact that you cleared out the head of this one from its body.
How much movement space do I have left?
Oh, you have your full 30 feet. You haven't moved.
Oh, okay. I will.
You can effectively get over here to right in front of Kaishar if you really wanted to. You have 30 feet. These are just
Yeah,
5
I'll
feet
go
squares.
to Kaishar. Let me see if I can navigate.
Okay, cool.
Thing. Here we go. Hey, Kaishar. What's...
Yep, so you can get to like that square right there. Yep, that's where you can get. And you can see just barely like the arm of one up here. And so, Kaishar, it is your turn. I'm just gonna go ahead and add this dude to the turn order because you see him.
Alright.
15.4. So he'll just go after Golos next. Also, remember, Kaishar, whenever you hit with an Eldritch Blast, you push your thing 10 feet away. So, I've been forgetting about that, because you chose that as an invocation. So,
That's fun.
yeah.
Yeah.
Which is great, because if something's close to you, you just hit it and it goes 10 feet back. So,
So I'm just gonna, since Oliver Guardsman came up here and I can't see anybody else, I'm gonna say, all right, are we done? Is that it?
he moves the thing up here with you, so now you can maybe, yeah, you can see him now. You can see
See a
bits of the
sliver.
zombie.
I can see a sliver.
Yep.
All
there.
right. Well, I'm
Not
just
gonna-
gonna Eldritch Blast that motherfucker.
Go for it. Roll,
As per usual.
roll demolish. That hits. 2.
For
Okay.
2, but it blasts from 10 feet further.
You hear him just go. You hear like meat up against rock. Do you want to move anywhere on your turn?
Does the distance cause any extra damage when they like hit things?
Normally, no. He was up against the wall anyway, so he didn't go really any further. You just kind of bash him against the wall. I will say that if you like, on a normal wall, no, they just get like pushed into it. Because it's just enough force just to slide them back. It's not enough to like sledgehammer them in the chest. If it's a crit,
Like,
I'll say
put them
it'll.
off
Yeah, if it's
something
like
in the-
if you hit them with a crit and you slam them into a wall, I'll give you extra damage for it. But if you like push them into a spike or you push them off of something, it will do damage appropriate to whatever you push them into. But just like a standard rock wall, no, probably not.
Perfect.
So
Cool. And then movement-wise, I'm just gonna get a little bit better of a view
Okay.
down this tunnel.
1, 2,
See
3,
what I
4. So right now you've moved 20 feet. You have 10 more feet of movement that you can move 2 squares anywhere that you want.
I'm just gonna do that right here.
Okay, cool. You see this zombie, and you see the wall that he was up against, and, well, you pushed him further against it. So Golos is going to just follow suit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And he's just going to... He's going to continue what he's been doing and try and... Yeah, here's what... He'll Sacred Flame the zombie with a dex save for 7 radiant damage. You see, Kashar, this radiant flame come down. I mean, actually, as he was running past here, Oliver, he's gonna whisper a word in your ear that he says to you, "Feel better." And he's gonna cast Healing Word on you as he runs by as a bonus action, because he can
I'm gonna
heal
give him
as a bonus
I'm
action.
gonna give him a real quick wink and nipple rub. Just one nipple.
Just 1 nipple. Nice. So you get an additional 5 healing points. Because clerics can heal as bonus actions and take cantrip attacks as their actions, which is why clerics are bananas good. They can do all kinds of crazy shit. Anyway, Golos, or zombie. It's the zombie's turn. It's gonna move 20 feet, so bleh. Well, you're in its way now, so it's gonna try and attack you guys. Sure. Slam attack for 5. It just rolls up to you and goes bleh, and tries to hit you, but I assume a 5 misses. Neo, it is your turn.
Alright, cool. Sorry, I'm trying to edit my Steel Defender. Hopefully it will no longer look like Espeon. Anyways, so
Oh, here, I can change it for you if you want. There you go.
yeah. Alright, so
What's its HP and stuff? It's a 15. It's a 15 AC, and its HP is what, like 35 or something? I can look it up on your sheet.
AC here 26.
26 is HP. Okay. Cool. Okay. 26 out of 26.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. All right. So it is your turn.
So, alright, so looking at the commotion up above. There's still some action over here. Can I run up in front of Kaishar?
Yeah, you can force your way up in there. Yeah. I'll say
Okay.
that you can basically get to like right there because you got to squeeze
There,
past him.
okay.
So
Yeah, that's what I wanted to do.
cool.
and then my defender will stay back.
I forgot that your defender has 40 feet of movement.
Yeah.
It's a fast boy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, good old Michelin tires running on that thing.
Okay. You attacking it?
Michelin maybe. Hit it with my longsword.
16 does hit for one-handed. Jesus. So it has exactly 13 HP. So for it not to die, it has to roll an 18 or above on its Constitution saving throw.
Let's go.
Rolled a 15. As you run in right past Kaishar, just cleave this zombie at the midsection. It falls down in half, just dead. And you don't seem to hear any more zombies right now. Like, you hear a little bit of wailing, but the majority of it seems to have been destroyed.
Ooh.
So.
All right, guys, let's regroup.
Alright, well, Golos is going to join up with you guys here and then move the little ball of light to, like, right there. So you guys have some light ahead of you to kind of see the tunnels a little bit up there. So.
Jorah.
Why can't I move my...
Oh, you're probably stuck in a wall, honestly. There you go.
Yeah, I'm just reloading. No big deal.
Oh, I think you were just stuck in the wall because sometimes the light is funky in here and it makes you do weird stuff.
Knock it off. Hey, stop barking.
Are you guys regrouping here, or are you heading out? Where are you guys going?
I want to make sure there's no more zombies.
Okay, you can
Let's
go
keep
ahead.
on.
You can go ahead and investigate for more zombies. Keep on looking. Keep on hiking. Alright, Golos will follow you to here, and he will send this around to there. Oh, he can't send it there. He'll send it to, like, there. K9 has dark vision, right? I think he does. I think it's 60 feet dark vision. As he goes up there, you see K9 run into this
Sorry,
little...
guys, my house lost power for a second.
No, you're good. You see Neo, K9 walks up into this tunnel up this way. Oh yeah, I gotta give him dark vision because the token doesn't have it right now. But he has 60 feet of dark vision, right?
That's what I'm
Should I
trying
be able to see anything?
He... Oh yeah, you should be able to see what you can see on your token.
My screen's all black.
I would just back out and then refresh it.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, wait. It's back. Okay. Sorry.
Now you're fine.
Did that zombie die? What happened?
So you saw Neo ran past you and cleaved it across the midsection and did exactly the amount of damage that it had in HP.
Perfect.
He hit him for 13 HP, and the zombie had to pass a 18 Constitution save or die, and it did not pass that. Yeah, it has 60 feet of dark vision. So as K9 walks up this way, you watch K9 for a second, and K9 goes kind of around, and oh no, K9 does not look like that. Whoops. And K9 comes back, doesn't seem to have noticed anything. Are you sending K9 to basically be your eyes and ears?
Yeah.
Okay, so K9 will go this way too, and they kind of investigate a little bit, and then K9 comes back without any type of notifications or anything. So, and you see that there seems to be more tunnel this way, and then all the directions around you, there seems to be some tunnels, but you can see this ending over this way. So
Yeah, we're gonna go south.
okay, you see the walls of the tunnel. Yep.
Yep. There's not much here.
Okay.
Looks like that loops back.
And what are Oliver and Kaishar? What are you guys doing? Are you just hanging out on there? Are you following up this way?
I'll follow.
Okay. So,
I followed.
all right, I will take you guys all up here then. Boop 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 boop.
I'll take you there.
So far there has been investigation and no more zombies here. He's gonna move this light up this way, just to see what's up here.
Yep. There's not much here. Just
Can I put this? Oh, it has to go in a corner. That's stupid. Dumb. Whatever. Haha, I can make it super fat if I want to. It's not that fat. No, get small. Fucking rude. Damn it, why'd I have to go and ruin it for myself? I fixed it. So Golos puts the light over there, and just you see that there's more tunnel this way as well. So.
All right, and then I'm gonna follow Golis. I'm assuming he's leading the way.
He's just kind of moving his drift globe around and kind of hanging out, waiting for you guys. Just so he's kind of using it as like a just to create light around, so you can see if there's more tunnels and where they're going. But he's just kind of waiting for you guys to do your investigation, following around. So.
I'll do my investigation.
Okay, cool. 6. You see that?
I'm not-
Yeah, you see
I'm
that.
not sure.
There's not a lot going on in these tunnels other than the smell of death and rocks all around you. But you do see that the tunnel does kind of curve up this way, to the left. So.
It's like the meme with the picture of that like round dumb head, and the guy's just like investigate.
All right. So as you guys look around on here, you don't really find anything of note. I will, because this tunnel gets funky the way the map laid it out. So basically, if you get here, it looks like the tunnel's not big enough to fit everyone through, but it's big enough that you guys can all just walk through this little gap right here. It's just a really funky looking way that the map tunnel worked out. So you guys all make it through, no problem. And you find yourself a staircase going further down, another spiral staircase. Do you wish to take said staircase?
Yes.
We still inquisitive as to where this leads?
I still got 32 HP. I'm good.
All right.
Okay. So, you guys find yourself as you walk down these stairs in like a landing of a room. You see, as you walk in, you hear this announcement coming over some electronic PA system? Maybe? It says, Security Protocol A engaged. And you see that there is a door here, which is currently shut. There is a door here, which is currently shut. And this thing, which is marked as a chest, is actually it's a button on the wall. It is a bright green button just sitting on the wall. So you got that. The staircase, this is the staircase that you guys came down. And then the 2 doors to 2 different hallways. But both the doors are shut, so which is why you cannot see through them. So.
Always go right, boys?
I mean, that button's begging to be pressed.
Press the button.
I mean, there's
What's
two
worse
things.
that's gonna happen? The room's gonna fill up with spikes.
I didn't think about that, but that is a good trap idea.
You say that. Get the button.
You gonna go press the button?
I'm going to investigate the button.
Investigate the button. Okay, roll an investigation check. 3. It just looks like a
It
button.
looks like a button, guys.
It looks like a bright green button, just begging to
I'm
be
gonna
pressed.
investigate the butt.
Okay, do it. You won't. 11.
I got an 11.
It looks.
It's a red button.
It's a bright green button. That.
That's what I said.
as you stare at it a little bit, you see that there seems to be like pulses of electricity or magic. You're not quite sure. Just kind of emanating from it.
I pressed the button.
As you press the button, you hear lock 1 disengaged. And that's it.
Well, that was anticlimactic.
Well, what was the lock? Was the lock keeping us in or something out?
You don't know.
That's
Yeah,
good.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Maybe it was interesting. We just don't even know.
Should we be able to see anything on the screen right now?
So if you scroll down to the bottom right of the screen, you'll see all of your characters in this
Oh,
square.
okay, there
Yep.
we go.
And so this right here to the left is a set of doors that are closed, and this is another set of doors which are also closed, which is why you can only see what's in this room, and that's because of the drift globe and your guys' dark vision, because there is not really any light in this room other than your drift globe doing its drift globey stuff.
I appreciate the switch to K9. It does not go unnoticed.
Thank you. I had to do some tinkering.
That's what
Um,
K9 does.
Mm,
Okay.
But I am gonna have him sense something unlocked,
mhm.
and I'm gonna have him nudge one of these doors to see if it opens one of the doors.
Roll a roll a strength check for K9. So D20 plus his strength modifier.
Okay. D20 plus the strength. Okay, so that's just. Will we do this?
7. Um, as K9 kind of strolls over to the door and just kind of pushes on it, you see that the door gives way pretty easy, and he pushes through. So the way that the dynamic lighting is set up in Roll20 is the only way you can actually see what's in the hallway is if I physically put you in the hallway. So if you guys want to go in the hallway, I can move you there. And if there's ever a time where something over there, or if you tell me like, hey, I'm peeking through here, and you want to sneakily see what's through there, I'll just kind of highlight. I'll put you in there temporarily and then pull you back so you can like see what you can see. If that makes sense.
Ah,
So
So
you see K9
yeah,
push
so-
the door open, and that's just a button. That's Chess's marker. It's the marker for the button that you guys pressed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's no button tokens, so I just used the chest. It reminded me what it is too. So, but yeah, so K9 pushes through the door, and you see him kind of scoot off into the darkness.
K9. I'm gonna follow him.
Okay, so you
Yeah,
get through
go
here.
ahead.
Kaishar gets through here.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
You
I'll
got a
just.
mind follow K9.
Okay, cool. So you guys all make your way through. He's gonna shove this drift globe through here, and Golos will be with you shortly behind. So K9's actually in the front because he was leading through the door. So yeah, you guys see ahead of you. You see another set of doors this way, and a hallway that leaches off this way, and the door behind you, which is open. So
Well, let's keep going.
like yeah, looks like it veers off to the right here, and we got some doors. What do you want to do, guys? Do you want to just keep on going straight, or
as you guys get this way and you see these double doors, Kashar and Neo, as you're getting up here first, you see over here there is a larger, like 3-person wide steel door directly ahead of you. And above it is in this red outlined, almost fluorescent light. There is one green X and 3 red circles at the top of the door.
Well, I guess there's 3 locks, and we've disengaged one of them.
There's 3 more red circles alongside the one green X.
4 locks.
Are we not like amazed that like circuitry exists?
I just teleported.
It is kind of interesting that you bring that up, Oliver, in character, since up above where the town was, they were using a well and basically shitting in buckets. And there
Yeah.
is electricity down here. Thinking about
Yeah.
thinking about these things, it's almost like there is some type of time dilation between where you were and where you are now. And
Oh, that's
based on
pretty
the
cool.
information that Jimmy was giving you, it might make sense that that village was abandoned much longer ago than what you may have been led to believe. So,
Well, I'm gonna keep moving forward.
Ominous.
okay. So you just want to go through this door?
I do.
yeah, only way to go is up
All right.
or straight.
So
All right,
you guys, well, you 3 walk through this door here. Bing, bang, boom. I will put Golis is just gonna follow you, so wherever you go, Golis is going. So as you guys get through,
Can you put his light all the way
2, 3,
out?
4, 5. It can go. Oh no.
To the
Wow,
end.
it's big.
It can go to here. I'm gonna put you in here since I assume you're following them, Oliver. So you come into this hallway, or into this longer room. You see that there are numerous crates laying around, just kind of sporadically throughout this room. There are also a couple body parts, just kind of pinned to the wall and on the ground. There's some bloodstains here and there. Um, the room smells almost like a morgue. It smells clean but deadly at the same time. So
Are the crates empty?
you can go ahead and roll an investigation check if you want.
No, I'll try. Not very investigative.
So these crates that you can see where you are right now seem to have some supplies maybe in there. One of them is full of paper with like 80% of it kind of rotted, but there's some usable parchment in there. Another one has bits of, when you open it, you're hit with a smell of just mold and flies come out. You see there are maggots still in there. This looks to be food that has spoiled, but the food looks to be more recent, but has spoiled within the past week, probably. And the other one's just empty.
Anything in these crates?
The bottom pile of crates that you see, I'm gonna do this with Golos. Move Golos there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the bottom crates, just seem to be full of more of the paper, and there's a couple bottles of ink and an inkwell in that one. And as you go up to those top crates, as you move them and you push around, you see that there is a small black box embedded in the wall, almost with this device which is able to be turned left and right, almost like a clock face, and it's has numbers listed all around it, numbered from 1 to 60.
And what's it set to right now?
It's just pointing to number 27.
Well, who's up for a puzzle, boys?
I'm puzzled by that question.
Ah.
Ah,
Let's see.
Yes.
Ah.
Perfect.
Let's do it.
All right. Well, what do you want to do?
So I'm gonna try and investigate. You said
There's also another set of doors right here too. But yes.
Yeah.
So Kaishar rolls a 1 and does not have any idea on how to do anything with it. Since you are a tinkerer, you can roll that investigation with advantage. So you can roll that again, Neo.
oh. Do you want me to re-roll it or just take the 14?
Just roll it again. So you'll get advantage. So it's like you just roll twice. Take the higher of the two. 22. There you go. We'll take that. So with your 22, you realize that this is equivalent to a safe, where if you turn the numbers in different directions, you can, you know that it needs 3 different numbers, and it's set to 27. So you imagine that this, as you go to pull it, you imagine that the final number is within a couple numbers of this, since just based on your history from your world, when people finish with their safes, they typically just move the gear a little bit off of the final number. And go ahead and roll me a Arcana check at advantage. With a 20, you're looking at it and you see that there are 4 different numbers which seem to be putting off a little bit stronger of a magical aura than others. The number 2, the number 54, the number 19, and 25.
All right. So, given that, and then this looks similar to those locks that I would have seen in my reality, where it's just turn-based, right?
It looks very similar to that, yes.
Okay. So let's go ahead and we're gonna try for the combination of these numbers,
Okay.
and then see if I can, like if there's any indication, like maybe a clicking sound or something to indicate if there's something going on with these numbers.
Okay, so let me ask you this. What tools do you have on your person? Do you have thieves tools on you?
Should have these tools.
Okay, so here's what I want you to do. So open your thieves tools, and click on the red button that normally says beyond 20. It says use tool. Um, and if you click on the use tool, it will ask you to select an ability and then make that intelligence, and then proficiency, change that to either full or yes, whatever it says. And then you're going to roll that at advantage. So you might roll it twice because you're using the history of your world and the fact that you're proficient in these tools with something that you are familiar with to try and crack this safe.
Yeah, and yeah, because I have a lockpick in there.
Yep.
Okay, so you want so within thieves tools, and you said use tool for beyond 20
Yep.
icon.
And then it will give you a little another menu that pops up, and you can when it says select the ability, make that intelligence, and then under it proficiency, it says like full or yes or whatever. So you have proficiency in it because you do have proficiency in thieves tools.
Okay, so choose proficiency as the drop down.
Yes. And then
Okay.
roll it, and then you can do that a second time, and we'll use that for advantage.
There we go.
Yep. And see, I only just figured out the other day that you can roll tools checks through D&D Beyond like that.
That's awesome.
Yep.
Super awesome.
It takes a couple extra clicks, but it's fun. So do that again, and see if you can get better than your 10.
Intelligence, proficiency.
22. Oh, better. Yeah, way better. So as you're you put your ear to it and you're very lightly turning it and twisting it. For a few seconds there, you guys are, or even for a few minutes, the other three of you are just kind of staring at Neo like, what the fuck are you doing? And you almost see for a moment there that he's starting to get frustrated, and then he's like, oh shit, I'm a dumbass. And then he just spins it to reset the whole system because he realized that he hadn't actually reset the lock yet, and so he was just trying to reopen something that had already been like unlocked, and it was not to the point where it could be utilized again. So you spun it, and you hear go and re-engage everything again, and you basically reset it. So then you go, you turn to the right, you spin it once completely around to the left, you do 2 full spins, catch the third number, and then you just very slowly turn it back to the left to catch that final number, and you feel and you hear the locking mechanism on this small little wall safe disengage, and you can open the safe. And looking in the safe, you see another bright green button.
Oh, nice. So I got another nice green button. Who wants to press the button?
Whoa! I pressed a button.
As you press the button, you hear lock 2 disengaged.
Yeah.
And there is nothing else in this safe.
All right, onwards, guys. I think that's all we have. K9, go.
Okay, so K9 just pushes the door open. No, this door wasn't locked. Golos goes up in here. I will pop the 3 of you guys up in here, and you guys make your way up. And towards the end of this, you see a sign above the door that says "Rest and Relaxation Room."
I don't really know. I'm very inquisitive about that. We haven't encountered anything yet. Why would it want us to relax? Unless there's a spa over there with goodies. But, you know.
Do you want K9 to push in?
Push it.
Yeah, go ahead and push it, K9.
Okay, K9 pushes in. Golos, unless you tell them to stop, is going to follow suit.
Yeah.
Do you guys wish to follow, or do you guys want to stay out in the hallway?
I'm following. I can do with the spot.
Okay. So you guys get in here, and you see that there is a long bench with four seats in it. And as you look up to the ceiling, you see above each of these seats there is almost like it's a tube, like the tubes that you get when you put stuff in for a bank teller and it just suctions it
Oh,
up.
pneumatic tubes.
Yeah, a pneumatic tube. And as you look around, you see on this wall down here instructions. Let me see what language these instructions are in. Do 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 do. So as you're looking at these, you recognize them, Kaishar. Um, they are in some offshoot of um, Orin, which is a dialect of Primordial. It's what the well, actually, Oliver, you recognize them as well because you also speak Primordial. But you recognize this is not a dialect that you necessarily speak. But you both know that Primordial. So there are four main languages of Primordial: the ones that the fire elementals, the water, the earth, and the air elementals all speak. And they're kind of similar in how the Romance languages are all similar, but they're all different. But if you understand one fluently, you can kind of make out what the other ones are without too much problem. So you guys both recognize that this is what the air elementals would speak in. And it says to operate this, sit down and believe that you are resting. Um, if you believe strong enough, you will feel refreshed within 1 minute.
Okay. Well, I'll sit down and I'll just constantly repeat, I think I can. I
Okay.
think I can.
Do the other three of you join him on this bench? Well, Golos will, because Golos is just following
Yeah, I'm
everyone.
gonna do it.
Okay.
I'll take my HP back.
All right. Neo, are you going to chill with them too? Cool. So as you guys all sit down and you all start thinking to yourselves, a rest would be nice. And you start to think of a nice, warm, kind of nice summer breeze, and you're just kind of laying there in a meadow, feeling the sun on your face, the breeze in your hair. These pneumatic tubes just disengage and slam down on the ground around all four of you. And as you look to each other, you see that the pneumatic tubes start to fill with this like silvery purple kind of cloud, and you start to breathe in, and for a minute it feels like you're choking because what you're breathing in is very heavy. It's heavier than air, and it sits in your lungs, and it almost feels like you're drowning on air. And this goes on for a minute, and once this minute has passed, you hear the disengaging sound, and the tubes just fly back to the top. And as you sit there, all your muscles feel relaxed. You feel rejuvenated. You feel like you have had a full 8 hours worth of rest, and you all benefit from a long rest.
Boom.
So
So I'm
you get
back up to
yep.
46.
So you get all your HP back. You get all your spell slots back. You get all your abilities back.
Do I just do the math on that, or
You
Or
can
do I-
you can literally just click on it and type in 46 and press enter, and it will just go back to whatever your max is.
Got it.
Yep. Or whenever you get healed, you do plus and minus and stuff like that. But yeah, and you get all your abilities back in D&D Beyond. You get all your stuff back. So you guys are back up to full. Um, so and
Wow.
you hear it say an announcement come over the board. Rest and relaxation room now on recharge. Can be used again in 30 minutes.
Oh yeah, we're coming back here.
Yeah, time is a concept. Woo!
So this is the door you guys came through, and there is another door leading out this way.
Keep going through the new door.
Okay, cool. Let me do this. I will push all y'all through the door. Boop. Boop. Nope. Nope. And boop.
This is fucking good vibes.
Mm-hmm. And there's another door there too. You want to keep on pushing in?
Keep on keeping on.
Alright, so K9 goes through, the light
Yep.
goes through, and you all just push on into this room. So, as you approach this room and you enter this room, you see that there is in this corner, there seems to be an anvil of sorts, with some masonry tools kind of laying on the ground, and bits of flesh just kind of hanging off of the anvil and laying around the ground. You also see a weird set of bones up here on the ground. It looks like it's from a giant wing, but you're not quite sure because it's very, very large. It's larger than all of you. As big as it is on the map, you see that this wing itself is almost 20 feet across. There's no flesh on this wing in particular, but there are bones. You also see that there is a giant bookcase in the corner, right there.
I want to look at the wing closer up.
Okay, go ahead and roll a nature or a survival check.
Oh wait, nature, definitely.
Okay.
Oh,
It looks like a giant, bony, decomposed wing.
hey guys, this is bone.
Hmm. So it is.
Let's see here. Um,
And you do awesome, and you do have another set of doors up there. So with this giant wing, with what are you looking for in particular?
So, is there any way to investigate the bones to see the type of use that the bones get? Like, as probably I would know, is during the evolution of a organism, that depending on the type of use or the tendon attachments, does this look like a wing from an animal?
Yes.
Okay, so it's but I, so that's it. But it just looks like a wing. I don't know what type of animal.
Correct. They
Okay.
just look. The bones themselves are pretty broken down, so you can't really get out any more than it was a wing of some type of larger creature. If this wing alone is 20 feet wide, you know from wingtip to wingtip, including its back, it's probably at least 50 to 60 feet wingspan.
Okay.
So you know whatever this creature was that was here, wherever this wing is attached to, is a big thing.
Yeah, this thing's a monster.
What do I roll to look at the anvil?
You can roll perception, sure. Anything you wish to be looking at or for, Oliver?
Um, I can't.
With your 13, you see that there are some masonry tools, and the flesh seems to be kind of fresh on the anvil.
Okay.
Like big chunks of flesh, not just like skin flakes. Like I'm talking like bits of an arm, musculature, just kind of
Would
chilling.
investigation or insight be?
Can I tell anything? Is it human or bestial?
It's humanoid. It looks like it looks humanoid to you in that it's actual skin and flesh and musculature, and it has like it's a little hairier, but it's not anything that just a hairy humanoid wouldn't have. So
This is some kind of giant zombie. What did my 20 investigation get me?
So as you go up this way in this bookcase, you kind of see that there is as you're looking at the books, you see that there is a small green glint behind the bookcase over here.
Hey guys, I found some kryptonite.
Sing it.
As you walk up to it and you start moving some of the books, you see a green button, but you also start to feel as you reach out to touch this button a rumbling on the bookcase.
Hey guys, bookcase is rumbling. What do we think?
Answer it.
Okay. Let's do it.
What are you doing?
Am I pushing the button? What are my options?
You can pretty much do whatever you want. You can press the button, you can step back from the bookcase, you can try and investigate what the rumbling is. You tell me what you want to do.
I'll investigate what the rumbling is.
Okay, so as you start to investigate and you look around a little bit, we'll say because of your 20 before and your 14 again, you see that the bookcase itself, the corner of the bookcase right here, the bookcase starts to feel like it's starting to close, and you see some of the books start to turn into teeth and you see a large pseudopod slowly creeping out of this bookcase, like a giant tongue.
What's a pseudopod?
Like a giant tongue, and some teeth are starting to form out of the bookcase. And as you're standing there, kind of looking, um, you kind of hop back for a split second, just in time because your investigation was high enough that you see the bookcase turn into this.
Pseudopod is extreme.
I need everybody to roll initiative on this attack bookcase. That's right. Attack bookcase. Do it.
Attack bookcase. It's like Monster House.
Well,
This is what the Republican administration is afraid of. They've been warning us, but did we listen? No.
oh,
Oh, it's just a little harmless bookcase.
It's actually not just a mimic, it's a giant mimic. Alright.
so you gotta roll your initiative.
Yeah, I have to roll initiative. Hold on, my bad. I need to click. Okay.
6.12.
It rolls that sometimes. Okay, cool. So, Oliver, you're actually up first, which is good. You hop back just in time to see this bookcase brandish teeth, and it kind of opens up, and you see musculature and tendons kind of starting to form around it, and this giant, slimy pseudopod of a tongue appears right beside you. What do you do?
Okay, I'm gonna attack the fuck out of it.
Go for it. 13 does barely hit, but it hits.
Yes, 11.
It's nice damage. Okay. Anything else you want to do on your turn?
No, that'll be it.
All right. Sure. It's your turn.
I am going to cast Ray of Enfeeblement.
Yeah, that hits. And since I like to do max crits, roll your damage on Ray of Enfeeblement for me.
I don't think it does damage.
Does it not do damage? Is it just a?
I don't have an option to do damage.
Oh, then I don't know why it even rolled for you, because it shouldn't roll if it doesn't have damage. Let's see here. Ray of Enfeeblement. Oh, so on a hit, which it does. That's weird. Okay, so that's why it is. So as long as you hit, which you 100% did, it does half damage with strength weapons, and then at the end of each turn, it can make a save to break out of it. Got it. Cool. So I'm gonna put this big green dot on it, so I know it's enfeebled. Great. So you've used one of your 2 spell slots for a short rest. Woohoo! All right. Anything else on your turn?
Can I do Eldritch Blast, or did I use my
You used your action for that.
Well, I think I have a bonus action of daggers. Am I close enough to use daggers?
So since you cast a spell on your action, you cannot use a physical attack as a bonus action.
Well, then I'm done.
Okay. Neo.
All right, I'm gonna jump back up here a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Get out of here, turn over. All right, and then seeing this bookcase come alive.
It's a living bookcase.
Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez, Rick.
I'm gonna do it like that, Rick.
Josh's constant brew.
Oh, I like it.
That's a good hit, Morty. Good job, Morty.
A dex save, and it's what kind of damage? Is it acid damage?
Yeah, acid damage.
So as you spray it with acid, because it can't move out the way fast enough, you see that the acid starts to burn, but it seems to have no effect. It seems to be immune.
Damn it.
So, anything else on your turn?
And then, yeah, K9's gonna stay where he is. He's sizing the situation up.
Okay.
That'll be
All right. So Golos, seeing what's going on, he's just gonna cast healing or guiding bolt at level 1. against the creature, which is a miss. It misses with an 8, which he rolled a 2. Okay, so he doesn't have much else he can do. So this giant bookcase, which is alive, is going to take 3 attacks against you. Oh, actually, what's its reach? Yeah, it can only hit you because you're the only one that's there. Oliver's can take 2 pseudopod attacks and a bite attack. So 1, 2, 3. A 14, a 14, and a 7. So you see this tongue just and then it tries to bite you, but you just keep putting up the bottomless or dead stick and just blocking out the way as the
Ding, ding.
pseudopod is just
Buy me dinner first.
it's trying to make you its dinner. It's your turn. Oh, it gets to make a save right against your spell at the end of a turn. Con save.
What am I? Wait, what am I making?
No, it was making a spell save against Neo because Neo is concentrating on a spell against it, but it failed its con save, so it's still maintaining the fact that it is only going to do half strength damage if it hits you, which is nice because if I would have hit you with all of those, that would have been 18, 26 damage reduced immediately to 13.
You're welcome.
So you know, but Oliver, it's your turn.
Yeah, I'm gonna fuck it up.
Okay. 14 hits it
9.
for 9 damage. Okay. All right. Anything else you want to do?
No. Wait. No, wait. Can I do the? You can do the thingy, right?
Action surge?
Do the
Yes.
action surge?
Yes, you can. You have had a short/long rest, so yeah, you can action surge and you can attack again. Do it.
Let's do it. Where's that button at again?
You just roll another attack, but as far as where it is on your D&D Beyond sheet, let me go to your sheet real fast. If you just scroll down, you're in the main area where you, like it says actions, action
Yeah, the
spells
main-
inventory. Yeah, if you just scroll all the way to the bottom, you see it just says action surge. You can just
Okay.
click, yeah, you can just click on that square, and then you just roll your attack again.
Okay.
Cool. So roll yourself another attack.
Damn good. Get fucked.
Oh, yeah, that hits. It's a crit, so it's whatever you roll plus max damage on dice. So roll your damage. That's a really good use of action surge. So you attack two-handed. So you get 14. Wow, you do absolute max damage because you rolled 14 total plus 10. So you just rip into this thing for 24 more damage. So you
That's a spicy meatball.
you see Oliver slice down, and then it goes to pull up its pseudopod to block it, and Oliver just janks it basically for a grand total of 24. You did 35 or 33 damage.
Knowledge is power.
As a level 4, that is a lot of damage. Do you wish to do anything with your bonus action or move?
I don't have any offensive options, right?
Not yet, no. It doesn't, no,
Okay.
not yet. Cool.
Then I will just chill and say, yeah, I think the rest of you can take it from here.
Alright, Kaishar?
I'm gonna blast the shit out of that thing.
Go for it. Shoot it up.
If it ain't Baroque, don't fix it.
Oh, that hits. That's so close to a crit, but it's not. And it can't get pushed back any further because it's in the corner. So, and you maintain concentration on your spell because you don't cast another concentration spell. So, unless you're moving anywhere, that's your turn.
Nope, I'm just gonna keep going.
All right.
Good view.
Oh, I put the green on the wrong person. Neo, that is your turn now.
Alright.
Boop.
Alright. What's the green?
No, I meant to put it on Pete's character, and I accidentally put it on you. It's mainly so I know that he's concentrating on a spell, and the spell he's concentrating on is the one that's affecting him right now. Because if they were multiple, like if you both had con spells, I would give you both different color dots and put them on the monster so I recall what it is that you're focusing on.
Alright, well, given that the last time my acid didn't do much, we're gonna switch over to Firebolt and see if this thing likes some fire.
Fucking hook burner.
That hits, and it does do damage.
7 damage.
Mhm. You guys are gonna be happy at level 5 when all of your cantrips get another dice added to it.
Mhm.
So, and Oliver gets 2 attacks per action. So you can basically get 4 attacks in a turn when you action surge as a fighter at level 5.
5, 10,
It's
15, 20.
bananas.
Ooh, K9 can actually take
Oh, yeah.
a swipe at him.
Yeah, K9 can run up in there and get him. Do it.
Well, we're gonna go here. So I'm not putting a defender in the line of attack.
I mean, it makes sense to keep Oliver safer. All right, roll your attack.
So, extra shots.
9
Not-
unfortunately misses. Okay. Do you want to move anywhere, Neo?
Nope. I'm staying where I'm at. I'm at a good distance.
All right, so it's Golos' turn. So Golos, seeing that it's going real well, he's gonna cast Toll the Dead on this thing, and it has to make a 14 Wisdom save or take some damage. Jesus, no, it rolls a natural one, it fails, and you see these giant necrotic bells just appear on it, and you see this bookcase. The whole bookcase starts to shake and quiver. So it's gonna take, now there's multiple enemies, it's gonna take 1 attack at K9 with its pseudopod, and then a pseudopod and a bite attack against Oliver. So the first attack against K9 is a 17, which hits for 11 damage, so that's a big hit against K9. And then here's the first pseudopod against Oliver, which is a 24 to hit. Do you want to use K9's reaction to have me roll at a disadvantage, or are you holding out?
Yeah, I'm gonna help him out. I'm just trying to apply.
Alright, cool. So here is the disadvantage roll, theoretically. Yep, so 16. So the disadvantage of K9 barking at the, deflect attack. So barking at this giant bookcase gives you, Oliver, just enough time to get out the way of its swinging tongue. And then, so it still has a bite attack, which it's going to use a 19 to hit, which does hit. So you take, it's half because it's strength. So you take 3 piercing damage instead of 5, and 4 acid. So you take 7 damage instead of 9. So, which is better.
7 damage total.
Yeah, instead of 9. Yep. And it is your turn. Oh wait, it gets to make a save. Let me see if he breaks the save against your spell beat. It does. So it's no longer affected by the ray of enfeeblement. Not that I think it's gonna survive, but you know, it was good. Oliver.
Yeah, let's see if I can finish this fucker off.
All right, that hits. Ooh, so close. You hit it with 6 damage. Do you want to use your second wind or anything, or are you good?
What does second wind give me again?
You get 1d10 plus your fighter level back in heals. So you basically, it's a self-healing ability that you can use once per short rest.
Oh, no, I'll hang on to that. I feel pretty confident in my HP.
Okay, Kaishar.
I am going to do. I mean, you know what I'm doing.
You're gonna do the Eldritch Blast. That for sure hits. You did the
3.
You do the exact amount of HP worth of damage that it had left. How do you want to kill this giant bookcase?
Well, I'm gonna hit it right in its goddamn tongue.
Rude, and it works. So you guys see Kaishar just throw this force blast at it, and so the bookcase kind of just disappears, and you see this corpse of this giant mimic and just blob on the ground, and this green button is still just sitting against the wall, glowing, waiting to be pushed.
I'm gonna push it.
All right.
Do it, Kaishar.
As you push it, you hear lock 3 disengaged.
Woo!
Yeah. What does that mean?
Where did I put the drift?
Well, we have one more lock left, and
Oh, it's right here.
I would be hesitant in the next room because if we had to fight that, and it's the last lock, I don't think it's just gonna give it to us, guys. So,
Cool. Do we want to rest then?
I need to repair K9.
Okay.
Okay, let's take a rest.
It
Okay.
has not yet been
You-
30
you don't have
minutes,
to
so
rest.
you cannot use the room yet. So, but you
Why is
can
that?
because, well, you don't have to use the room. I'm just saying you cannot get a long rest from that room because it has not been 30 minutes in game time since you've used it. But if you want to use a short rest and take an hour to short rest, you can do that, and then it will have effectively reset that room by the time you want to use it.
I say we use a short rest.
Yeah, short rest sounds good.
Really benefit.
Yeah, okay.
And you can work on K9 during that because you don't need to sleep.
That's true.
I mean, you don't even technically, when you short rest, you're not even sleeping. You're just kind of sitting around for an hour, just kind of hanging out.
Yep.
So you guys sit down, take a short rest. Before you, yeah, you're just gonna take a short rest and. Oh wait, you used a guiding bolt. He did that and it failed. So basically, before you guys short rest, um, Kaishar would have, not Kaishar, Golos would have used his channel divinity to get back one of his spell slots, which he can only do once per long rest, but now he has all of his spells back again. So if you guys decide to use the room again, he'll get that channel divinity back. So, but yeah. Oh, so that's a self thing. You don't have to do that for him. He can do that in the middle of battle. Fun fact. You don't have to do that to heal him. You can actually, if you have the mending cantrip, you can just cast mending as your cantrip and heal him with mending.
Oh yeah, that's right. I
So
forgot.
repair, so you don't worry about the repair 3 times a day. You can use that in the middle of combat with him. He can self-repair his own body.
Ah,
So like if he's dying and you say, "Hey, I want to have him use repair instead of an action or whatever," then he can repair himself for 2d8 plus 2. Just mid combat, he basically like magically the gears start to weld themselves back together. So, and then you use the cantrip mending in combat or out of combat, and you can heal him for whatever it says that you can heal him for, which I think it's like a d6 plus something. So,
spell repair switch.
so you take the time. You'll basically in an hour you would have healed him completely all the way up because because it's 6 seconds to cast mending. Um, so you would have healed him all the way up. So let's see. It says on here if mending it gains 2d6 hit points. That's what it is. So if you ever cast mending on him, you just roll a 2d6 and he gets that many hit points from you as you fix him. So the hour goes by. You complete a short rest. So um, Kaishar, you get your spell slot back that you used. Oliver, you get your action surge back, and if you want to use any hit dice to heal yourself, you can do that. You can roll a d10 plus your constitution modifier, and you would just heal for that much. And you get your hit dice back every long rest. So if you want to use them in a short rest to heal back up, you can do that.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. So roll a d10 and add your constitution modifier.
Okay. The
If you're looking on your sheet, you see that above your walking speed it says short rest. If you click on that, it tells you, it says like recover and then fighter. Under it, there's a little roll hit dice button. It's a little weirdly small red button.
Wait, I just rolled a 5, right? Or
You-
did I do that wrong?
It did not roll your heals for you.
Okay.
But
Do I roll it again then?
yeah, just roll it again and see if it pops up.
It says to roll to everyone.
I don't know.
I got another 5.
That's weird that it's not showing up for some reason. All right, so we'll say you got a 5. So you got a 5, and did you get a 5 on the d10 or a 5 adding your constitution modifier?
I just rolled the d10
Okay,
twice.
so
the
that's fine.
Constitution?
So it's +3, so you get 8 HP from your first dice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you don't even need to roll the second one. So you've used 1 hit dice for the day, and you get as many hit dice as you have levels. So you guys currently have 4 hit dice per day until you level. Then you get 5 and 6, and so on and so forth.
Okay.
You guys have healed up. You have rested. You guys are all back to full health. You have your action surge ability back. You have your spell slot back. Golos is good. So, do you guys want to go through this door?
Let's push the door.
Do it, guys.
All right.
And I will go
I'm
first.
just gonna move Golos all the way here. And surprising nobody, there is another door at the end of the hallway.
No way.
That actually did surprise me.
Oh, well, there you go. So Golos is going to just push through this door. I'm assuming
Yeah.
K9's coming through and you guys all want to go through too?
Yep.
Yeah.
Alright, let's just do this. Wham! So as you guys get into this room, you see there are two smaller bookcases in each of these two corners. And there are two bodies very loosely wrapped in rags just on the floor. The bodies look fairly fresh, but the flesh does look to be kind of destroyed in a way, in that pieces of it are missing. Like one of them has an arm missing, the other one has like chunks of its abdomen missing, chunks of its leg missing. There's just bits and pieces from each of these bodies that is not present.
Did these bodies try to get mummified?
Um, Somebody
Or-
basically took what they needed and then wrapped them in fabric, not so much to mummify them, but more so just to try and mask the stink and to hold in some of the liquids, but they did a really shabby job about it.
Okay.
And with that investigation too, you can actually see that up in this bookcase, there's a very lightly glowing green aura in that top bookcase.
Green aura has been good to us so far.
That's true. Who wants to press it?
I pressed the last one.
I'll press it.
Oh, go.
Okay. As you run up and poke it with the bottomless dead stick, you hear an announcement come over the PA system. Goes doo-doo. Lock 4 disengaged. Security protocol F now in place.
Effed up, maybe.
Well, I don't know about that. We got two dead bodies that looked like they were harvested. Is there anything else in this room that would indicate? I'm assuming that these are just bookshelves, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Just regular books, I'm assuming, as I look through the rungs.
Can I investigate these bodies?
Yeah. What are you looking for specifically on the bodies as you roll your investigation check?
Just any kind of clues as to maybe what we might be facing.
So one of the bodies seems to be that of an adult woman, and the other one seems to be that of a adolescent or teenage boy, with pieces missing. Um, it looks like someone took pieces of their bodies for something, and thinking back to the room you guys were just in about an hour or so ago, there was flesh hammered out on the anvil. And you've seen different types of tools, so maybe someone's trying to build something with flesh, but you don't know.
Oh, great. Okay.
All right. Well, if there's nothing else in this room, I say we keep on going forward.
Yeah, I think it's a good thing we rested.
Yes.
I will move you guys into the hallway if I can grab you all at once. Bam. So as you guys go through the door down into the hallway, you see ahead of you a room with some tables and some chairs right now, with some remnants of things on the table. As you get closer, it looks like it is,
It almost looks like a dining hall.
yeah,
or a
And-
mess hall of some sort.
Yep, that's kind of the feel that you get, Neo. That there is remnants of food, and there are some older plates, older looking plates with some rotten food on it, with some silverware. None of the stuff here looks edible or good in any manner, but it looks like this would have been used for sustaining multiple people.
All right, I'm gonna run another investigation check. Is there any insect predation on the food that's on the table that would indicate the time frame at which the food has been out?
There are no insects on these. And thinking back, there were no insects on the bodies that you found, nor were there insects on the flesh on the anvil that you found.
Huh. That's very strange because if there's dead bodies, there should be at least
Maggots.
maggots or blowflies, something to determine TOD. Huh.
Hmm.
Very odd.
Okay. Well, what are we thinking then?
Well, if there's nothing here, let's keep on going. I mean,
The only way through is out.
There you go. Golas will follow you guys down here. I'll bring you down here too. So you see at the end of the hallway what looks to be another door.
Man,
You want to push through?
following for every door. Push it
Yeah.
out.
Joe Canine.
Oh no. And now you guys are back in the first room that you seem to have come through. You recognize the staircase here, this what was button here. But as you look at the staircase, the door that seemed to be open at the top now seems to be shut, and there seems to be no internal handle by which to open the door and push through. But you do have this door open since you just came down that hallway, and this door for that hallway that you went in when you first came through. So, yeah, you see all of the rooms and hallways that you have been through thus far.
Okay.
Well, there is another crypt that we have to check out.
Yeah, it looks like we're stuck down here, guys, as I look up. But that was we do have the 4 locks open, right?
Correct.
If we have the 4 locks open, we can continue ahead and see.
Oh yeah, the laser door.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Okay, cool. Let me get you guys in a position where I can grab you all at once here and just flip you through. So you guys walk through this door, you make your way here, and you see now that all 4 of the buttons are now green, and two handles have appeared on this door, and it looks like you could push this door open if you so choose.
You guys ready?
Let's fucking do it.
Let's do it.
You guys all charging in?
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Okay, let me.
We've come this far.
All right, I'm just gonna do this. I'm gonna move you guys all in, and then I'm just going to daylight the whole room so that you can just see the whole thing. Oh wait, hold on. You don't need that. Here, let me move you back a little bit so I don't grab the locks too, because I don't want those. So you go. Man, this thing doesn't want to work for me today. There we go. So you guys here, and let me do. So as you guys step into this room, the first thing you guys see is a table and some chairs over here. But as you start to look up, you see that there is this giant being made of flesh standing in the middle of the room. It looks like an amalgamation of different human body parts that have been sewn together in one way or another. And it's kind of shambling towards you, and you see just over here as this like purplish rift is seemingly closing up, a head pops out and goes, "Huh, I see you found my lab. Well, good on you, but you'll never really find out what I was doing here. Ta-ta!" And you see them disappear into this completely disappear in the portal, and you just see almost like a rip in space-time sew itself up and disappear. And
Oh,
you
oh,
this
come
door that
on,
you
that-
just this door that you just charged in through slams shut behind you, and you are now locked in a room with a giant flesh beast that is slowly scrambling towards you. What are you gonna do?
Okay, Doc.
All right, guys. That dude has to have some type of teleportation power. We need to figure out what that is. That's my ticket home out of this universe. But first, yeah, let's deal with Sarge over here.
All right. Well then,
I mean, I can teleport.
let's do it. Let's roll initiative and get this situation happening. Just because I want to see how this goes.
Okay,
And if you
wow.
can't see his name already, you're about to see what his name is, and it's kind of gross. Did not work.
Flesh.
Golem.
Okay. How about that?
He rolled a 2.09.
Yeah, because I rolled a 2.
Jesus, yeah. Well, you have a higher. I guarantee you have a higher dexterity than this guy who has a -2. So I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna make you a 2.1. All right, and Oliver, roll. Oh, you did. Roll your initiative, Oliver. Man, you guys rolled bad.
Sorry, we're not prepared. Here we go.
Jesus, you guys all rolled real bad. Kaishar, you were up first.
I'm gonna hideous laugh.
Hmm.
So I think it'll be fun.
So you're doing a wisdom save?
I'm not pretty sure.
I didn't hear what you said.
So I'm casting hideous laughter.
Okay. And it wants a wisdom
The
save.
target has to succeed on a wisdom save.
Okay. What happens if it does not? What's the effect?
He falls prone, becoming incapacitated, unable to stand up because it perceives everything as hilariously funny.
Okay. Let me double check and see what type of effect this is. For
At
us.
the end of each turn, it takes damage.
Falls, fits of laughter, becoming incapacitated. Okay, cool. Alright, you said it's a wisdom saving throw. It has advantage on that, so. I rolled a 15 because of advantage. So it does not fall prone. Anything else you wish to do on your turn?
Let's see, I already cast a spell, so all I can do is move, right?
Correct.
So I will. I'm going to go up to the right.
Okay.
And check.
Alright, so it's Golos' turn. He's going to take his movement, 3. He's going to move here, and then. Actually, how far away are you from him right now? You are 45 feet. Yeah, that should be fine to cast the spell on all of you. Golos looks at the 3 of you, and you hear him chanting something, almost like a prayer of encouragement. And he is going to cast. Oh, he's got to get closer. He can't be that far away. So before he moves, he is going to. 3, 4, 5, 6. Gotta move there. He's going to cast Bless on all 3 of you. So with Bless, you guys all get to add a d4 to attack rolls and saving throws.
How do we
You
do
just
that, or is it
so
automatically added?
so basically 3, 4, 5. So basically, whenever you roll an attack, there's no way to add it into the system. But whenever you roll an attack, you then just get to do /r space 1d4, and that gets added to your attack or your saving throw if you need it. So.
Okay.
And I will put a little pink bubble on all of you as a reminder that the 3 of you are blessed. And he is currently now concentrating on a spell, and that is Golos' turn. Oliver, it
Is
is your turn.
hashtag blessed like even more? If you're hashtag blessed.
You can get hashtag blessed if he upcasts it and gets more people. But yeah, it is your turn.
Oh, mine? Oh, sweet.
Yep, it is your turn. He used his turn to cast a spell and then move. So.
Let me see.
These are all
attack
5-foot
this.
squares, so.
He's not like unconscious or anything. Right? Like I me attacking him is not going to fuck up another spell?
No. Whenever there's no spell that's been cast on him. That's even if he has a spell that's on him. So you have to move up to be able to hit him first of all. 1, 2,
Oh,
3,
sorry.
4, 5, 6, and you technically can't get to him yet. You're still
Oh.
going to be a little far away, so you can get to this square. So you can get to right there. So you're still 10 feet away. So if you want to, you can hold your action until he's in range, and that would use your reaction to hit him with your attack. That way you don't waste it.
Explain that last.
So basically what you can do is everybody has the ability to hold their action. Like you can move to a position and you can hold your action, which basically means you tell me what the trigger is. So for you, for example, it could be you move to that position, you're too far away to hit him, but you hold your action until he gets within melee range of you, and at whatever point that is before your next turn, if it happens, you can use your reaction to hit him with your action. So if you get 2 attacks on your action and you held it, whenever he's in your range, even on their turn, if they move into your range, you get to hit him 2 times, but that's all you get to do. You don't get a bonus action and stuff on your reaction hit. Basically,
Gotcha.
you hold your attack if you want to.
Yeah, I'll hold my attack.
Okay, cool. So you can ignore the 10. Neo.
All right. What I get? Yeah, 30 feet, right?
Correct.
All right. Oh Jesus. Attack with firebolt.
Okay, do it.
And then
11
you want me
hits.
to add the D4 with that?
You can. 11 hits though, so you don't got to worry
Okay.
about it. Yeah.
For 7 fire damage.
All right. Anything you want to do with K9?
K9 is gonna flank over here. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Well, I count the wrong way.
Basically, you can actually do the math. So if you scroll down, you'll see a little circle with a ruler. If you click on snap to center, you can just measure how far something is. And if you're measuring and you right click, you gotta click and hold it left, but if you right click, you can then measure how far something is in however far you want to do something. So you can see
Okay.
exactly how much you use. So he goes there. Okay.
Yep.
Alright. So this flesh golem is going to step forward. And since
Do
he
it.
stepped into your melee range, Oliver, you can take your attack now. So just roll your 1 attack.
Okay. For K9s.
So K9 is still in range. He's still in K9's melee range. So Oliver, you get a sword attack since he stepped into your range. So roll that for me. Maybe. He went away.
Oh no.
Well, I will, if he wants to take the attack at any point before it's his turn, then I will just let him do it, since I don't know where he went. But he is going to take 1 attack against K9 and 1 attack against Oliver. And you see that he's kind of burning a little bit, and he is kind of distracted by the fire, so he is going to take these at disadvantage. So the first one, which is against Oliver, or against K9, is a 13 to hit, which I think this is.
Yeah.
And then the one against Oliver is also at disadvantage, which is a 17 to hit, which does hit for 17 damage. So Oliver took 17 damage, and he is... I think Oliver disconnected and reconnected. Are you back, Kellen?
Yeah, I'm here.
Alright, cool. So you
Okay.
had your opportunity attack for your reaction for when he stepped into your range, so go ahead and make a attack for me. 17 does hit, so roll your damage. We'll take 11. For 11 damage. So you
And then don't I have to do the +4 thing or whatever?
No,
Or this half
you don't have
+4?
to. You hit him, so you don't got to worry about it. You can utilize
Oh.
that if you miss. It helps if you miss, and if you have a saving throw, you can add it to that. But
Okay.
since you already hit him, it doesn't really matter. But yeah, if you would have missed, that could help. But yeah, you took 17 damage from this flesh golem's slam attack. Kaishar.
I am going to. Booyakasha. Is that it?
I could probably use some heals.
Well, he can't heal you, so
Yeah.
It's more just a general statement.
yeah. So
In that case, I am going to do my Misty Step.
okay, that'll be your second spell slot of the rest, so you don't have any more spell slots after this.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Teleport right here.
Okay, so you're over there, and you're just out of the way.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So Alex, I see you're in here. Golos, you're up. Just so you know what is happening, you are currently concentrating on the bless spell for the three of them, and you are as far away as you are from this golem, which is 35 feet. You got Neo in front of you by 10 feet, and you got Oliver 30 feet ahead of you. Yeah. And yeah, you can cast. It doesn't take you anything to concentrate on spells, so you can do any full spells that you want that aren't concentration spells. So, do you want to? I assume you're not in a place where you can talk, so just give me the yes. Do you want to heal Oliver? I assume the answer is going to be yes, because he's going to die.
Ah,
So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he can actually get right up behind you. So he's gonna just run up behind you, and seeing that you're real jacked up, he's gonna cast Cure Wounds at 2nd level on you. So you get 17 hit points back. Oh, you don't have Prayer of Healing prepared today. Well, you do, but it's a 10-minute cast, so you can't even cast that spell right now. It takes too long. But you cast Cure Wounds for 17, so I didn't get a response from you. So, but yeah, you cast Cure Wounds for 17. Prayer of Healing takes 10 minutes, so you can do that after the fight if you want. But that's effectively your turn. Oliver, now it's your turn. You had 17 healing points, so do plus 17 to your green bar, and that will give you your HP down.
oh, thank God.
Yeah, and you can't overheal, so if you get to maximum, you're just at maximum, and I think you are. But it is your turn. So,
Wait. Well, I'm gonna chop this fucker up some more.
all right, do it.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yes.
Yep.
13 hits, so you don't have to roll a d4, so you can roll your damage. But yeah, like I was saying, I assumed, so you do 10 damage. I assumed you wanted to heal him, and you can't cast Prayer of Healing mid-combat, because that's 100 rounds to cast it. Because it's a 10-minute spell.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, cool. So you did 10 damage with your bottom lesser dead stick. So, is that your turn?
No, I'll action search on this bitch.
Okay, go for it. That hits.
16.
For 7 more for your two-hander. Cool. Cool. Awesome. Neo, you'll see that your Channel Divinity has already been used, Alex. I used it earlier to regain one of your spell slots for you, so you don't have your Channel Divinity, because you haven't had a long rest since you used it last. So.
Okay, that sounds good.
Although I think your channel, let's see, do you get your Channel Divinities back on a short rest? No, that's Paladins
I
that
think
do.
it's long rest.
Yeah, Paladins get theirs back on a short rest. But yeah, so you don't have either of your channel. You don't have a Channel Divinity, but you got all your other stuff. Yes, you got all your other stuff back. No, you do get your Channel Divinity back. You just can't use it on Divine Power. So you have one use of Channel Divinity, just not the Divine Power version, which is the spell slot regain. But Neo.
Okay.
All right, my turn. Okay, so we're gonna hop over 5, 10, 15, 20, 30. Flank this dude from the left-hand side, and then hit him again with some firebolt.
It does seem to be very effective.
Yes, it did.
9
gee.
just hits.
Wow. Okay then.
Again, it's made of flesh. It doesn't have any armor. It's just a big, thick boy.
Oh, yeah, a thick boy it is, then. For 5 fire damage, and then I'm gonna follow it up with K9.
I love that. That's your little familiar's name.
give credit to Pete.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
Urch.
so that hits. So you do 3 right there, plus an 8, so that is actually right. So you do 11 force damage to
Yes.
to this thing, and this
Oh.
thing's looking pretty messed up.
That's 16 in total.
Correct. This flesh golem is gonna firstly go ahead and take a slam at the thing that just wrecked its day.
Do it.
So it's at disadvantage. Well, what's actually? Let me check something here. It is at. Oh, so close. So close to being able to use the ability I get to use if I even get to. So this attack against the thing that hit it, a 9 does not hit K9.
Nope.
And it doesn't like the fact that it can't hit it, so it's gonna try and hit it again. 20 for 6 bludgeoning damage against K9.
Yeah, that
Jesus.
That should hit.
Yeah, if this thing hits, it hits hard.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, they did it.
a crit. That was 2 1s on its damage dice. It has a max damage of 20.
Okay.
Kaishar, it's your turn.
That was why I was really happy when you healed.
What you want to do, good sir? Eldritch Blast 100% does hit. 1.
Fuck!
But because you forced it to move, it moves 10 feet. So,
10
bam,
feet.
it's like 5. It's like here. And because it's forced movement, you don't get an attack of opportunity because it forced it past you. But if he chooses to run or is hit with a specific spell, then you would get attack of opportunity. But it's 10 feet past you now. You see this big slimy flesh golem just push past you. Any movement or anything you want to do on your turn?
Yeah, how much movement do I get?
30 feet.
Is this okay?
Oh yeah, that's fine.
Cool.
Golos, it is your turn.
Shit.
Mhm.
Okay. Sorry. We just got back, so I'm trying to do 10 things at once.
No, you're good.
Let's see. So, how bad does the flesh golem look?
He's looking kind of bad.
Yeah. I've been hitting it with good fire strikes.
Okay.
I pushed
You did push him.
almost my friend.
Let's see. Does anybody else need to be
No, they're
healed
good.
or anything?
No,
Nothing like that?
nope.
No?
Everybody's good right now.
I will probably do Toll the Dead then.
Okay, do it.
And then he is missing health, so that. And then, so the first one is
You only get-
11 damage.
So you only get to do it once. So
I thought I had the Reaper trait that let me do it twice.
you have the what trait? No, that's
Reaper.
so that is it lets you hit 2 enemies that are within 5 feet of each other with the spell. So basically, it splits the spell to 2 people. You don't get to do it twice to the same guy.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh. Okay.
But that's
gotcha.
still a good thing, and that's almost max damage on that. So there's that. Wisdom. Oh, it gets advantage on this, so I gotta roll it again. I rolled it failed, so it doesn't matter. Takes 11 necrotic damage as you see these spells appear and around his head. Anything you want to do as a bonus action or movement? You can, if you want to, cast spiritual weapon because it's a bonus action, and you used a cantrip as your main action.
Yeah, I'll do spiritual weapon.
Okay, so I'm just
that's
gonna
kinda
use
funny.
this as the spiritual weapon token. Great. So, here's what you can. So what level did you cast that? Level 1. Great. So it's, oh Jesus, that does some complicated shit off your sheet. So 5 plus 8 is 13, and do you want to use your channel divinity to pump it full of that extra necrotic damage?
Yes, if I can.
You can, because it's part of a melee attack, and that is considered a melee attack. So it's an extra 13 points of necrotic damage, so you just pumped him full of 26 points of damage.
Woo!
Damn.
And your fun fact, spiritual weapon is not a concentration spell, so it can literally stay around for a full minute, and you can attack as a bonus action every single round.
Oh, interesting.
Yep, that's why clerics are good. So you used that spell slot, and you used your channel divinity. So your turn is good, unless you want to move anywhere.
Nah, I'll stay there.
All right, Oliver.
I'm gonna try to finish off this son of a bitch.
All right, run up and smack it.
Right.
So you get to move up to here to hit it, and then roll your attack. Yeah, that hits. Okie dokie. Alright, and that's your turn, unless you want to move anywhere.
No.
Alright, Neo.
Alright. Yeah. Move back. I can get in on some of the action. Get this with a firebolt, since that really does seem to be working.
It is giving him disadvantage on all of his attacks.
Yeah, you sure you're not a warlock, Vic?
Why? Warlocks don't typically get firebolt.
No, like, but he's doing what they do with Eldritch Blast.
Oh, well that does some decent damage.
It does.
Warlock and Eldritch Blast are the two best damage cantrips in the game for attacks. So, fun fact. And really, he only gets that. That's like his only attack one he can get. So, there's that. Alright.
Anyways, and then okay, so there's my fire attack, and then we're gonna follow it up with K9.
Okay.
For
Oh, that hits. And this thing is on death's door.
nice.
Couple of crits. Okay, it's its turn. It's going to try and move to the things that are doing the damage to it the most. So it's gonna move here. So it's still in your guys' range, but K9 gets an attack of opportunity
Oh,
if it wants it.
of course he wants it. That's just a regular attack, right?
Yeah,
not-
it's just a regular attack with him. Jesus Christ. It had, I will show you if you really want to see. It has an AC of 9, and it had exactly 4 HP left. So as it moves to get out of the way to go and attack Golos, you see its two arms swinging like it's gonna axe handle, slam you over the head. K9 just bites into its hamstring, rips it off, and you see that it falls to the ground, bleeding and stankin'. And K9 has murdered the flesh golem.
What a win! K9 for the win. Yes.
Right.
I'll go up to K9 and say, good boy.
Alright, so as you guys look around the room, because I have to roll here in a minute, so I'm going to very quickly narrate what you see, and then we will finish out the end of the quest next time. But as you guys look around the room, you see there is a tub here, and if you look in it, you see that there are many, many sets of bones in this tub. There are tools over here that looks like they were used to try and build this flesh golem. There's also pieces of flesh and bone over here as well. So you look. So whoever is the person who teleported out of this place may have been the one building golems. You don't know. But also up in this chest, as you guys go and look through it and investigate it, I will link to you what you get. Victor, you find the following. It's also these are all in D&D Beyond. Pete, you find this studded leather. Alex, you find this. If you want it, you guys can obviously move these around however you want, but this is what you each find as you're looking through them. And Kellen, you find these winged boots.
Ooh!
So you guys, I can either add them to your D&D Beyond sheets for you, or you can find them and add them and attune to them. But that's what you find in the chest in this room, and you do find through investigating a smaller set of humanoid bones in the tub, which you can believe might belong to Jimmy, and you can return them to her to bury them next time. But for now, you guys, also your bless drops, because it's been over a minute, and your spiritual weapon also disappears. So you don't have to concentrate because it's gone. But you guys successfully cleared the flesh golem and the other shit that was down here.
Could I use the flesh column's remains after we like search through him
For what?
and kind of burn it as an offering to my deity?
How are you gonna set him on fire?
Could you wait till the rest of us leave the room so we don't have to?
It is gonna be
Do I
gross.
not have a torch?
You do, but that's not going to be enough to burn a twice the size humanoid. Like you could slowly burn it, but it would
Wait,
be like singeing
what-
flesh.
Is this like an oven over here?
No, that is an anvil and a forge, but the
Ah.
forge is not big enough to shove pieces of human flesh in.
Just Fargo that motherfucker.
But yeah, so we'll leave it here. You guys have these items you can add to your inventory. If you want them in if different ones, if you want different things, you can switch them around. But yeah, so you find the clockwork amulet, Vic, because I think it's neat. Pete, you got yourself some better leather armor. Alex, you got yourself some better armor. That's basically what you have right now, but there's no disadvantage to stealth bonuses.
Oh, nice.
And then Kellen, you can fly for 4 hours a day with boots.
Pretty fucking awesome.
Right.
How do I add shit to my inventory?
If you go to inventory and it says manage inventory, if you click on that, you can just search in the thing and type it in, and you can just it'll click add. And if you click add, it'll also require attunement. So yours specifically, I know, require attunement. So if you search, so if you click on inventory, click on manage inventory, you type in winged boots. We're just
I
typing
got it.
winged. So
Hit add item.
yep, you add item, and then if you scroll down in your inventory, you will see winged boots, and then you just click the box to. Well, it looks like they didn't add to your inventory for some reason. So I'll add them real quick here. Add. So they're added there. You click the square box beside to have them equipped, and then you scroll down to the bottom where it says item requiring attunement. You click on the attunement, and now you have winged boots attuned. So you can fly for up to 4 hours all at
I'm
once
sorry,
or break them up. I put them in your inventory for you. They're already there and attuned. So
I just don't see it as all. I see Wand of Scowls.
no, I
I
refresh your page. You'll see it.
I have chainmail.
Yeah, just refresh it. You'll see your page. You'll see it there. I added it for you.
Okay.
So, but yeah, so you have winged boots now, and if you click on them, they tell you what they do. So, it's in your inventory.
Yes.
There you go. So they're in there. But yeah, you guys all got your stuff, and we will pick this up next time and see what happens.